Hello, my wonderful people of Biafra. IPOB want family. IPOB want family. Want family. IPOB. Good morning and good afternoon and good evening, depending on your time location. We are here today to do the needful, to say it the way it is. Ezuko Bondo. Here on critical analysis, we say the way it is. Ezoku Chineke ka anyị na-ekwu ebe a. But before I go further, our senior comrade, Mazi George Ume, will be with us in a second. So please welcome your friends. Welcome your friends and share the video. Lovers of freedom, you are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Then before I go on, we would like to play our national anthem. Mazi George, please. Can we play our national anthem, please? Mazi George, can you hear me? Mazi, can you hear me?
Yes, MAZI IKECHUKWU there.
Yeah.
Dalo.
Yeah, Mazi. Yeah, I think before we proceed, no, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Mazi Ezumezu. Mazi, please, can you introduce yourself, please?
My name is still remember MAZI George. It's Chukwu. The siren here, United Kingdom, there one.
Yeah. So, Mazi, without wasting of our time, we know due to little technical problem we have, we came late a bit. So let's go straight to our national anthem before our leaders prayer. Then we move.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra.
Biafra. Oh, here, Biafra. Mazi, please, our leaders prayer.
Where you are, we are going to get back to you, but first of all, we must pray. And I'm going to pray a very simple prayer that I pray always, the Lord's Prayer, which reminds us about the supremacy of the Almighty Creator. A very simple prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on this earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, now and forevermore, we pray. He said,
hello, wonderful people of Biafra. Good evening from here. This is Critical Analysis Program. Here, we say nothing but the truth. I'm here with my senior comrade, MAZI IKECHUKWU. But MAZI, before we go straight to our topic, MAZI, there is a video clip I would like to play. It's about 5 minutes. It's about what is going on in Nigeria. I think in Borno, the late Nigerian soldiers being killed. And if you remember, our leader have said about this and warned them to come back home and warned them to deny anything about Nigeria and want the soldiers to leave. But today, the soldiers being killed, they are all from the south, and they now send the Fulani terrorists in our land to kill us. But they send the southern soldiers to the north to face with ISWAP, Boko Haram, and they give them fake, non-sophisticated weapon. Let's play the video clip so Biafrans will watch. And
this at the first time. This is the first time of missing this time. Those are the real ones. Then they come from the rich first. This is moving on 4 years per year. It's a plenty of them just imagine how these people are killing us. Nigeria, I mean, no weapon, no anything. See the weapon they bring here, these ones are not working. These are updated vehicles. They are not working. They just keep them here for formality. Just to discourage us in the name of encouragement. Imagine, they are killing us every day. Yeah? They are not kitting us, they are not giving us anything. We imagine a soldier will be in the war front, no helmet, no fragmented jacket, no enough ammunition to help himself. Imagine in this situation, Abba, this is a very wrong idea. We are not going to take this again. It is enough. Enough is enough. Yes, we die. We die, they kill us. But we are fighting to defend our country. The generals are cheating us. It is time for the generals to stop all those things. Nigeria will hear this. Imagine. This vehicle, it has never been disgraced and bring down like this. At the first time, this is the first time of missing this type of issue. This situation is getting worse. These people are not helping us. Mr. President, it's like you are not doing your work. What is the meaning of this? We are crying. We are dying. Our families are there. At the end of the day, they will not get anything. They will not gain anything. What is the use of the job? Eh? And they are there. They call themselves generals. They are eating money. Will you imagine a 33 years old man is in the bush, nowhere to be found? Will you imagine 30 people? 30 people. And last attack, no less than 100 people. This camera you are seeing, no less than 100 plus soldiers die here. Many miss in action. Many, they are nowhere to be found. Imagine, government, Brute, you are shitting us, Brute, you are killing us. We are not going to take it. It is enough. Imagine, with the history I've read, with the history I've read about Nigerian army, this have never happened before. This is the 5th fighting vehicle, tanks, for that matter. Nigeria, this what we are fighting is getting out of hand. We need to take all these things away. We don't want it anymore. We are not going to remain in this ground. There is no human being. People not to think, maybe I went to somewhere and camera this. No, this is the soldier camp in Metele, where they are killing soldiers every week. They will bring no less than 200 soldiers. At the end of the day, we will be getting 50 and giving account of 50 soldiers, and they will be lying to our family. They will be telling them that nothing is happening. Your husband is doing well. They are not telling them the truth. When their compensation come, they will not compensate the family. Imagine Nigeria army. Imagine a major will be sharing soup in the kitchen in this army. It has not happened like that before. I've never seen a situation like that.
Hello, my wonderful people. Maz, are you there? Hello, my wonderful people. You guys heard what the soldier said. And believe me, that soldier is from the northerner. Hey, Maz, you are welcome. Believe me, that soldier is from the northern part of Nigeria. He said a lot. He said every week they bring 200 and they will give 150 and they will bring again. They are killing our soldier. Our leader want them to leave Nigerian military. Maz, please. What do you have to say about this?
Mazi there. Well, thank you very much, MAZI EZUMEZU. This is once again a prophecy of our leader being fulfilled. To be honest, I don't feel sorry for those people. That's their choice they have made, and they have to live with it. The consequences of their ignorance is what they are paying for. And that's exactly why we are doing what we are doing, because we want a better structure and a better atmosphere for our people, that everybody must be respected regardless of what you do for your nation. So it's pathetic anyway, but we don't rejoice when people are being killed. But because ignorantly people allow themselves to be used, and at the end of the day, he's crying there, sending all this amateur video out there, like we had it here now. What is he going to change? It's not going to change anything. Because Damnable Zoological Republic is in an abyss already. So at the end of the day, these people has been killing us. He's crying. But if you ask him how many, armless civilians has he killed? Probably there are part of people that have shot our people in the past. So why would I have any condolences to them or feel sorry for them? To be honest with you, I wouldn't. But what I would take out of it is because our leaders' prophecy have come to pass. When you give them a leeway, tell them what is about to come. Whatever our leader have said, everything has come to pass. The only thing that left is the Biafra to be restored. And he said that Biafra will be the last miracle, that no country will give us Biafra. That is why you know that our leader is a man that sees tomorrow. That's why he don't toy with Onyendu's words. So, condolences for those that lost their life in the Zoological Republic, but don't forget there are the people killing our people as we speak now. The same people are the people maiming our people in our land. So how can I be pathetic to this kind of individuals? I don't care if he's from the south or from the north. I don't really care who they kill. If he joined their soldier, believe that one Nigeria works for you, then whatever happened, that's consequences of what you have to bear and live with. So Mazi, let's take one thing from there, that our leader prophecy has once again been fulfilled. And people must respect anything Onyendu said. And I will still tell them there's no need for you to join the marauders killing innocent people, especially from the south, because they don't kill their own people. That was the one amateur video I watched again. You know, it's a soldier, but the Fulani soldier was actually, what it does is like he's stealing the bullets from the soldiers. So he's stabbing them. The guy was wrapping it up on his body, right? Like a rope. So the guy steal their bullets, so there will be less bullets when they've been invaded, and that bullet will pass it on to their own people. They hold allegiance to what they believe. That's the difference between those people and us. You know, it's an ideology, and Biafra is an ideology. That's why when you see people trying to play shenanigans or games, and I ask them, which part, where are you coming from? What exactly do you want? The Fulani don't play, they believe in jihadists, and that jihadist is what they're fighting for. They have an agenda. What is that? What is your agenda? What is our agenda? Is our agenda that we'll have to come here and gossip, or, you know, take shot at each other, or what do we want? No matter how you want to demean those guys, yeah, to me, they have a purpose. Their purpose is that they have an agenda. What they want. Regardless if they are in it, because that is why you come catch those guys that are committing these crimes, because their brothers are there. And all of them from A to Z, even the dead Buhari himself was a jihadist. He's a jihadist. So they know what they are fighting for. That's the difference between them and us. So, you know, quite frankly, I don't feel sorry. I would say it in a different way, but at the end of the day, we don't rejoice when human life has been taken, because they've been taking our lives on a daily basis. As we speak, people are dying in our land. And is this zombies, these lunatics are the people doing it. And now he's crying, you know? So, you know, what goes around comes around. Life is like a mirror. When you're sitting on the mirror, look at yourself, it reflects back at you, whatever it does. With time, if you do good things, just wait for it on the other side, because you will get it. You know, karma is real. For those that don't understand, karma is not a joke, it's real. Whatever you do must be, you know, in squarely, you will get it back. And that's exactly what most of them, the guy that are crying, if you ask him, I guarantee you that guy have shot somebody, innocent civilian, that have got no gun. But now they're facing their square, the people that are carrying the same thing they are carrying, and they're crying and are being sabotaged in the middle of nowhere. And which is, you know, I don't know what the word to use for them, but all I can say is that let them open their eye and face reality, and know that that damnable Zoological Republic, they are the people that are supposed to rebel. He's talking about the general. How many of them have picked up a gun and shot the general when they found them? Sacrifice yourself. That's why you're a soldier. You have sworn an oath. Pick up that gun and turn it against the general that you know that is killing you people, and he will come there, you give him protection, and you're crying. Does it make any sense? It doesn't make to me, to be honest with you, Mazi. So all I have to say is that Onyendu's word is golden, and it must be preserved and treated with care, and be obeyed at any given time, internally with IPOB and outside. Mazi.
Yeah, Mazi, he have done justice to it. The reason why we play this video, for people to see and to understand that anything that come out from our leader's mouth, Mazi NNAMDI KANU, must be obeyed and implemented. Is the man that sees tomorrow. Is the man that says something the next 2 years, everything it comes to reality. If people side, you know. So what I'm trying to say, Mazi, you know, I believe every IPOB member, genuine ones, the lovers of the truth, must stand and defend our leader. The message our leader brought out, that message that our leader brought out through Aloy Ejimako, that message, because our leader asked Aloy Ejimako to make that message public, Mazi. If you go through that message, he asked him to make that message public, not to send to DOS. privately. Make it public. That tells you all you need to know, that our leader have been sending message and they have sweeping our leader message under the carpet. And every genuine IPOB, lovers of the truth, if you know that you is the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu voice you had and came up for this struggle, it's now you speak. It's now we demand Mazi Ikechukwu to obey our leader's order. It's now we demand Mazi Ikechukwu to obey our leader's order. And he must do that. So, Mazi, I think not even, apart from this, there is another DOS member again, African Lab. He cried out. That tells you that a lot is going on there. A lot is going on there. And Biafrans, in this program where we say something, we will bring it up to you. But Ahmad, I think before we dive into that, can we play Barrister Ejimako message?
Maz, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So,
but it's not going. It's not playing.
Why is it not playing?
No, I don't think it's this one. I think it's the long one. Because the speed.
The point is that it's not playing. That's the point. That's that.
Yeah.
How long it might be, but it's not playing. One second. Just give me a sec.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
So ihe na-ekwu in effect bụ ka onye ọbụla dị well guided ebe a na-eje. Mana onye ọbụla na-ediri ahụ, if you are derailing from the message na the onye ndụ na-ezi, mara na ya his number one enemy. And mara from today ya number one enemy of ndị Biafra. Osisi ha asị mere etu si okwu ya. Onye ọsọkwa regardless of the person mere etu si okwu ya. Onye ndị otu ezi ozi si mere ihe kwụsị na ya. World 2 to command, one command Congress, one structure Congress, World 2, also World 2, that's the one.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
So Mazi, it's done.
Yeah. Mazi, if you listen, not if you listen, I want Biafra to go, to go along with us. We should all listen what Barrister Aloy Ejimako said. Ifeanyi Ejiofor said. Before he came out to say this, a lot have been happening. Believe me, Mazi. And believe me, Barrister Ifeanyi didn't know the time he said it. And this is just the fact. And this, we will back it up with European Lab, a DOS member. His tweet. He said our leaders' order is final. No, Mazi.
Before then, there's a point he make, and I just want to make it clear here.
Yeah,
there's a trend. The servitude that is going on within the structure, not structure, a Chike Dozie and Cabal. Because there's one video I saw him. They're having a town hall meeting. I think a meeting in Switzerland. And I don't want to bring that video here. If you look at the guy looked miserable. And even those around him when he was talking, none of them are comfortable if you're looking at them. In theory, I can find that video and we can bring it here and play it maybe in our next program. When he was talking about how he's drinking, whatever they gave him is for those that have laid their life down for in Biafra land, and our leader is going to come out. But when a man talk, psychologically, that is why they have detective. If you're spiritually inclined, when someone that is empty or guilty talking, you can define that person. Now, what do you hear people saying? Some people will tell you that DOS is wise. I asked this question in the last program. Who is DOS? Who is DOS? DOS is the Directorate of State, the body that governs IPOB. It's like the parliamentarian of IPOB. When people talk about government in exile, that was why Onyendu never entertained none of that, because we are freedom fighters. That is what DOS is doing. And Onyendu told you that is the highest decision making. He said when that decision failed, they will pass it on to him. But he's involved because there's nothing Chikedozium will pass that don't go to Onyendu before you hear it. But he allowed Chikedozium to have his own, because he have already employed him to do something. So regardless the decision Onyendu made, Onyendu will utter it, and he now will carry it out, to buttress his position. Now, when people are saying, whatever the US say is final, all these things are Onyendu's words and ascribes in our code of conduct. Now, this message, people are questioning. My question to because what I'm trying to fathom and try to, digest within the family IPOB members, because if you see people from Biafra land ranting, maybe these are people that are putting in their payroll. You see people that are claiming that they're media warrior. Maybe those ones as well, they're giving them money. Because at the end of the day, if somebody is sharing card, he asks, where did he get that money from? Where are you getting the money to share card to people? IPOB will not induce people. I'm going to lay a foundation here. Now, on this particular tweet from Aloy Ejimako, which is the special legal counsel to Onyendu, is very, very simple. It is not contradictive. The reason being that he make a very specific, underline the words. I'm going to read it once again for those that are daft, that don't listen. Probably English word, I don't know how we're going to break their brains to actually explain it to them. The word he used, he said, today, I had a visitation with Onyendu, and he asked me to make it public that he had asked one of his lawyers, he didn't mention his name, to do a memo to Chikedozium to announce Ogbonnia Abraham as the new entering coordinator for Germany. And that Chikedozium and the lawyer who did the memo can confirm this. Now, this is a very, very specific that Onyendu requested. And one of the lawyers, whoever the lawyer is, because we have so many lawyers going to see Onyendu. Now, but we know those that communicate with DOS, communicate with Chikedozium and rest of people that is involved, happen to be Aloy Ejiofor, Barrister Ejiofor. Ejiofor have not said anything since this particular message been rolled out. But you see how they are fighting against the message. Have you seen the write-up of Chigdan Sanworu about backslashing? I will find that particular post and put it up here. Now, we will go to, Temi, which is a member of DOS, which is African rep. As South Africa is today, if Chikedozium is following command and control as he preaches, you can't go to South Africa without going through Temi in anything have to do in South Africa. Like as he claiming here in UK, because Austin Aban is his puppet, is his brother, is his brotherhood, brother in crime, in a deep crime. These are two evil men, Chikedozium and Austin Aban. The way you see them look, that's their heart. Their heart is darker than their faces. Because I've been in a meeting with them, and I see things they have done in the past. I'm not saying somebody to tell me. I can prove what I'm saying with their own words. Like what we are doing here, we have not started pulling what they did. We are talking about what is happening now. This is very, very open. None of them have said anything to Ejimako, but what they did is that they're employing riffraffs to come and attack Ejimako. Ejimako is an illegal counsel that works for IPOB. You paid him to do a work. He communicated message from our leader that is in the DSS dungeon, which none of you idiots can man up to go back home and go and visit our leader in DSS dungeon. None of you can do it. So now, what you're telling me is that you guys pick and choose the message you take from Ejiofor or Ejimako, because Ejiofor have compromised from day one. In sense, the compromise I'm saying is that because he was aiding and abetting with them by message come from Onyendu, he will sit on it without making that message being open and transparent. Because if Ejiofor was coming and tell Chikedozem to do something, if you don't do it, you go back to Onyendu and say Chikedozem did not implement, then Onyendu will know that Ejiofor is actually coming back and telling me what's happening. If Onyendu send Ejiofor, go and tell Chikedozem XYZ, and Ejiofor will monitor what is happening. You don't need to come and tell us. If it doesn't happen, you go back to Onyendu and say, Onyendu, this message you have passed through, this guy did not implement it. Now, Onyendu will instruct you what to do. As his legal, as his legal luminary that protecting him, and he know that he's in prison. Now, you've been beating about the bush. Anytime you go to see Onyendu, you copy the message. For over 1.5 years, you've been copying and pasting the same message. To you. These are fallacy. These are word of dumb, because our people are weak and lame in mind. So he come and says, who is Ezigbo Chineke? And
yeah, but Mazi, please wait. I'm sorry to cut you off. Let me play devil's advocate here. Mazi, you can see Ejiofor has came out and told them they should implement our leader's order. No matter who, you must implement our leader's order. Maybe Ejiofor is passing this message to them. But for all along, they are not implementing it. That's why he came public to announce it. That you must respect, you must implement our leader's order, regardless of who you are. So what do you have to say about this, Mazi?
Mazi, I know what you're saying, but for me, it doesn't wash for me. That's what I said in the last program we did in midweek. I said, don't allow your emotion to override your intelligence. As a professional, when you work in a civilized world, when you fail, you get laid off. You get laid off, especially a professional job like lawyer that is not a permanent job. You're independent. People employ you to protect, to protect them. If you couldn't do it, they will tell you to go to hell. What I'm saying in a very professional manner is that whatever Ejiofor said today, is a testament that he confessed publicly that regardless the position that Onyendu, because when he had people talk about structure, DOS is wise. He asked them question: who is DOS and who is wise? Wise in what? In which capacity are you talking about? Chikedozem being wise or being dumb? That Chikedozem now is really clean the blood of our people that died. These people don't even know they are urinating on the grave of our people. They don't know that they're playing ping pong with our peoples that died and people that are still dying. Question Onyendu's order. Uchemofo, whatever Uchemofo did, I will always mention that guy name. You see that man? Uchemofo, this guy that lives in South Africa, that's what I'm telling you. Watch all of them. They have carried smear attack against Onyendu. We don't want to go personal with all of them. We'll have their records. All of them from A to Z. All of them from A to Z have said something against Onyendu. Personally. Even this moron that lives in South Africa, Ejiofor, he attacked Ejiofor himself. He's saying that these are hypocrites. They always have a meeting, cabal meeting. They will call each other and be talking behind the scene. And after, you see all of them come out and ranting. You think that's something upstairs. That's a man that claiming that they went to school, they're educated. Now, He asked him, what are you looking for? What exactly do you want in Biafra agitation? Is it the same thing we are running away from? Is it what you're trying to implement? So Ejiofor bastardized the opportunity Onyendu given to him to be the mouthpiece communicating between, transmitting the Ejiofor is a transmitter between Onyendu and this kind of it shouldn't be made public. It's a confidential matter. As a lawyer, your job is to, whatever your client, police cannot hold you, DSS can't do nothing because that's your job. It is your client. When your client asks you to do a specific thing for him, it is your task, it is your duty to do it. You're not committing a crime. But if you have any attachment of what we do, you're being sympathetic to us, keep that aside. You see Ejimako, watch whatever he said. You never see him writing a person when he's going to see Onyendu. His message always be concisive because he said what Onyendu asked him to say. But Ejiofor was dipping in the evil they were committing within IPOB, playing games with Onyendu. Because Onyendu, but they don't know that all of them are kneeling themselves in the war. MAZI IKECHUKWU KANU went to Kenya. I said it, somebody called me this year. I said it, I will tell people. You see that where Onyendu is the golden egg. Nothing will happen to him. You know, some people saying KANU came to UK, but they don't understand that. You see that sitting they did in UK, that was the final stroke. When that thing happened, the national newspaper in UK carried it. And this man in UK is not a small firm for those idiots that don't understand what we are doing. Now, we are waiting for a decision. I'm not going to talk more about it until they pronounce it. Because they will pronounce it. At the end of the day, he was sitting. That's a court sitting in UK. This is not zoo. The person that preside that case is one of the highest judges they have in the United Kingdom. Because it's a national interest for those morons that don't understand what goes on. Because they're, when they have this idiot that lives in third world Europe country that go around calling people in the secret. When they call them and have all this little meeting, some of them they're claiming they are okay. None of them are not okay. These are very wretched individuals. Wretched mean you can't buy me with money. My brothers and sisters, not judge you, man. My conscience, nobody can butt my conscience. I've gone beyond that in life. If my conscience should have been bought, I wouldn't talk about Biafra because I was in a better position. The life I've lived, if I tell you, you wouldn't believe it. If you look at my face, you will know I'm not bragging. If you've been in my shoes, my brother, some of you will go mad. So when we come about life experience, that's a different thing. IPOB brought us up to. But what I'm saying in essence is that people must guide themselves. This particular issue, I said it, Ejiofor is the engineer of all this. You have confessed, so you have made a public. But now, what is going on now? Ejimako make a tweet, very simple tweet. So who else will write memo? It's Ejiofor, nobody else, because he is the most trusted, as he claimed to be. But Ejiofor, my challenge to you, if you're the most trusted, prove yourself. You think Onyendu is the man in DSS dungeon for you to be relevant in the zoo? It's not gonna work. MAZI IKECHUKWU KANU, you see you people, he used you guys to fulfill the destiny that Chukwu Okabiama, just like Yawoheshua. Judas sold him. But you know he was going to be sold. He was going to be sold. You know who was going to sell him. Have you heard Onyendu talking about who sold him? That's what I tell people. Don't worry about who sold Onyendu. Because if Onyendu concerned about who sold him, that might be his primary issue. But MAZI IKECHUKWU for one day, I've not told you that he's concerned about, SYZ. Even though when they were accusing people, Onyendu sent a message. Ejiofor wouldn't send that message. It was Ejimako that tweet again. Wrote that Onyendu said that KANU, Madam Nenya, Caroline, none of these people are involved because MAZI IKECHUKWU know who sold him. But he want to be in that position. None of these idiots don't know Onyendu live in Israel. If Onyendu want to live in Israel for another 100 years, we're talking about Biafra. Biafra will never come if somebody don't make a move. But some of them forgotten that Onyendu said, I will lead from the front. 2015, Onyendu told them the date he was coming back. After his tour, atonement, he went to Asia. This stupid Chinas and Onyendu went to Kuwait. He toured. After touring, he came back to UK here and bought his flight. He bought his flight to the zoo. The person that handed Onyendu over to DSS dungeon, the guy's name is Chuks Ikediwe. The guy was the Lagos coordinator then. Chooks died last year. Wretched idiot died last year. He was the person that handed Onyendu to DSS. He was the person that went to give Onyendu SIM card. They didn't touch him in the airport. Onyendu came in and went to his hotel. Chooks now, he is the person that go and dropped card to Onyendu. Some people don't know this, but they don't know people like us. We are on the side watching. That guy was the person, after the guy went to drop that SIM card, left that room, DSS busted Onyendu. But Onyendu wanted it because Onyendu told them. Now, I will come back to what rendition of 2021. Mazi IKECHUKWU kind of numerous brokers told us that he will lead from the front and he was coming. And when the first interview, he interviewed him in Israel, he said he will be coming back to the zoo and he's coming with her with him. Onyendu is in the zoo now, the zoo is in upside down. How would he get to there if he didn't go to Kenya? Onyendu is immune in any country in the West world. Nobody's going to arrest our leader. For your information, Onyendu make it public that the only country that I protected him was Israel. Israel jurisdiction supersede even going to Africa, but because Onyendu wanted to be in position where he are. And I repeat again, if Onyendu want to come out of DSS dungeon tomorrow morning, or even now, all you need to say is that I'm done with Biafra agitation, to hell with all these monkeys and baboons. Case closed. We move on. Some people, men that pew, watermelon or whatever they call it now, how continue now? Because Chike Edoziem and his gang are having a field day. But what I will say here is this. Ejimakor tweet was very precise. And I said, like the last program, I dare Ejiofor, if Ejiofor did not come out and clarify this tweet with the word he said in the previous broadcast, you know that that guy is a devil. And the calamity will be before him and his generation because they're playing with the blood of our people. Some of us have left a lot of things we were doing. If we are looking for money or fame, I don't think I will be part of IPOB. So let some of them don't provoke people like us. If he don't come out, Ejiofor I'm talking about, if that guy don't come out, when the guy started bleaching, I started asking questions. At your level of education and your position you're holding, what do you think your kid will be looking at you? You're robbing cream at this age in your life? This is your personal life, but at least you're presenting IPOB. You're making mockery of your black people. We live in the Western world. So I'm just being fair to you. You need to come out. The way you wrote a disclaimer, you need to come out and clarify that tweet. And you have said it, that anybody that Onyendu say implement the half structure for those morons asking whatever Chike Edoziem said stand. If Chike Edoziem is not implementing Mazi IKECHUKWU's order, I will ask you again, what structure are you protecting? Who is DOS? Who is DOS? And which structure are you talking about? It's a very simple question. This one is people say, oh, any message you pass, come. Who is the DOS? He mentioned, he specifically told you that Onyendu granted him, because he's a lawyer, he's an attorney. He know he can't violate that because he can get himself, even his license taken away from him, or sue him again on top of what he have done. Onyendu gave him the power for him to come out and make it publicly, specifically to Biafrans. Because this thing, even in the United Kingdom here, the same thing happened. But Onyendu allowed these people to see if they will change from their evil and degraded mind they are playing, the double standard they are playing. But they never did that. Before Onyendu decided to use Ejiofor to write that particular message to Biafrans, and they're running helter-skelter. All they're saying, some people saying, oh, Ejiofor did not order anybody. Ejiofor is so you don't, your brains don't know. You people are talking about Fulani that having sex with animal, but they're better than all of we. Some people that claim that the IPOB member, look at them, none of these people, I won't speak to them in my life again. I'm being honest with you. There's some people in my life I won't speak to again, Mazi. Don't get me wrong, go. You see what's happening now? It had opened my eye that some individual I will never ever speak to them again in my life. Because you see that people jumping, who is DOS? DOS is wise. Wise on what? There's an issue. This has been going on unabated for a very long time. We kept quiet. But it's not how God might have it. As we came out talking, we have not gone into the things we know. Like people I spoke today, we are still talking, just like as we are talking now. Ejiofor came out and confessed with his mouth. Now, Ejimako have tweeted. So, which one should we follow? And some people are saying that Ejimako is order. Ejimako didn't order anything. I will go back on this particular tweet again because Mazi Nankan said if you want to hide anything, hide especially Black Africans. Put it in writing. I will read this again. For some of these people claiming they went to school, but I don't know which school they went to. He said, today I had a visitation with Onyendu, and he asked me to make it public. Onyendu requested that this will be made public. It is not a decision of Ejimako. Ejimako is just a messenger to transmit message to Onyendu, between Onyendu and the body of IPOB. And this has been done in 2015, 16, 17, 18, till Onyendu came out. Even after invasion, 1 year, we don't know where, we'll continue, we soldiered on without no question when you give instruction. And he asked me, listen, make it public, that he had asked one of his lawyer. He omitted not mentioning name because, Bakada Mama, to do a memo to Chike Doziem to announce Obonna Abraham as the new entering coordinator for Germany. And that Edoziem and the lawyer who did the memo can confirm this. Do you see how professional he is? If Ejiofor have wrote disclaimer, verbatim against Ejimako, put his name there. But he now came out to deliver a message. The word concisive. Now, the reason why he's emphasizing on Chike Doziem, to people to understand, Chike Doziem was aware of this. And that has been our argument. That Onyendu order must be implemented. Doesn't matter where Onyendu is. Because if Onyendu order is not implemented, then any other thing you're talking about is irrelevant. Chike Doziem does not exist if Onyendu order is not being implemented. So, for you, some of you are thinking Ejima is not Ejimako. Ejimako is an attorney. And is a messenger to IPOB. But he's not aiding and abetting with anybody. He transmits the message as, undiluted as Onyendu wanted. Because you have to confine. And again, Ejiofor has been breaking the code of conduct of, the zoo because they're taking advantage. If he was in abroad, that guy by now, IPOB could have sued the hell out of him.
Yeah, Mazi, let me come in here a bit, Mazi, that's the same question I asked you that I told you I want to play devil advocate. I want to put that same question to myself. I want to put that same question to myself. When we say that Ifeanyi Ejiofor confess, Mazi, nobody should take it. Should look for it in another angle. Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, just what he did that day was he just confessed. Mazi, for now it have been days. Aloy Ejimako have tweeted this message. It's days now, more than 4 days or almost going to a week now. And Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor have tweeted before, after this message. Then when Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, if it's pure, if that Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor is pure, when he see that the message, the memo he wrote to our HOD, Chike Doziem, he did not implement it. He did not announce the man our leader said he should announce. I think he could have come out and tweet, I have sent this memo to DOS Chike Doziem. If it's pure. But for almost 4 days or almost a week, Chike Doziem have not announced this name, and Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor have not said anything. That tells you that interview, believe me, Mazi, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor so all that not the pure, it could have gone on Twitter I have passed the message. I have passed the instruction as Onyendu directed. But up to now, nothing. We haven't had anything. But away from Anka ka ọ ya atọ. Because Onyendu wepụtara ya ka Biafra ka the real IPOB for what is going on. Ka ọ fụ ibe anyị eme. Because Mazi Chike Ezumezụ is nobody if our leaders' order is not implemented. Take it or leave it. Mazi, I think we have to go to DOS member.
Yeah,
it's also part of the leadership.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Very, I have to let me reference this guy. Some people think in this struggle. There's one thing about me. These people that are shouting the media warrior. When I look at them, I laugh. These are riffraffs. People that question Mazi Nnamdi Kanu integrity from A to Z. These are hungry, wretched individuals. In IPOB, when we talk about gatekeepers, they don't understand what gatekeepers mean. If you see all these people in the media that they're accusing autopilot, George UMEH was one of the first people they block because I will pick you up from distance. Let me take you back to 2016. No, 2017, if I'm not mistaken. When this guy from the live around area, let me use the word live around area. Blue Jack. This Temi you seen here, then the guy was on the side. Because if you see people that God call, I'm not saying God call him, but I'm just telling you, when people take a stand, people that believe in equity and fairness go, well, IPOB, Biafra is a spirit. Don't forget that the person that asked our internal leader that reminded him about Biafra was Franco Pigo, which is
an German.
He's an German because it's a collective effort. Ojukwu didn't wake up and go and declare Biafra. It was a collectively. The Council of Elders agreed before they gave him the mandate for him to declare Biafra. For some of them, people don't know. And that's why Onyendu have insisted that we will not go without them being an input, because these people look up to us. If you have younger brothers, I'm the eldest in my family. And no matter what I do, I might decide to be silent, but my younger ones, they know. They still respect me. And I know that. We might have disagreement. It's my family. And I will never bought them away. Just like IPOB, we are one big family. Why I'm making this emphasis is that some people don't know. When Russell went to see Onyendu and kneel down and Efariku beg, these are people that are looking for recognition. When the issue of the renegade of 2015 of Radio Biafra International struck, he failed. This our brother. I've been following him for a very long time. We've been friends on Facebook. But people that are pure, there are very few people that will take stand. That won't be myopically, because zoo have done damage in our lives. It's understandable. But there's still people that Onyendu, he saw this. That's why he said, 100 men with clean hearts will give us Biafra. So this our brother. It's been a long time that I'm from distance watching him. Now, we will go into his tweets and his write-ups. This is one of his tweets. He said, you have no justification to use a power you cannot submit to yourself. Command and control is not for a selected few. Are you seeing it? Selected few means that you cannot be biased when you judge. We talk about this all the time. We are being victim of this in UK here. Imagine a coordinator now will come to meeting, tell you that a HND sent a message. That's why they didn't attend a national duty. And they will inject themselves from the meeting. And that's it. And nobody will talk about insubordination. But the moment you question whatever they do, they remind you about insubordination. So this is our brother is just saying it. Here, command and control, because they're using command and control to stifle people. Just like the zoo. They don't obey court orders. How Chike Ezumezụ now will campaign about, I saw the picture they pull out, prison of conscience. They're using Mazi Nnamdi to play ping pong to Biafra. I'm not changing my profile to that. If I want to, I have picture Onyendu in my profile. Whatever Chike Ezumezụ say doesn't stand for George UMEH. Categorically, I'm making it open here. This thing you guys are doing are criminality. So some of you people that have been boxed into corner, not people like us. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a prisoner of conscience, Chikedoziem, implement Onyendu's order. You use your own mouth and say that what they want us to do is to isolate our leader, Mazi Chikedoziem, and that's exactly what you're doing. Who you think you're fooling? Not people like George, man. I'm not changing any picture because all of you are evil men. I'll continue what I'm reading. And I say, it's for everyone. It is not for the masses, but for every member of IPOB, putting your opinion above that of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is sacrilege. I hope Chikedoziem saw this. And when we tell you that Onyendu's, when we talk about issue of treason, not treasonable felony. Treasonable felony is America call it misdemeanor. They call it misdemeanor in America. You know? So when you commit treason, it's what they call unpardonable. You see that our brothers wrote here? Look at what the guy said. I'll put it back again. Yeah? This is a member of DOS. Like I said to every single IPOB principal officer, you are a member of DOS because that's the governing body of IPOB. Forget about these charlatans claiming they are DOS. Nobody's DOS. DOS is a body that governs IPOB. Chikedoziem is not DOS. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu head IPOB. That's his supreme commander of IPOB. That's where Chikedoziem become irrelevant. Chikedoziem to me is a crack to communicate message with IPOB. Now Onyendu is incommunicado. He wouldn't do it. That's why he's stifling the message because now he's dipping into corruption. Gang. And Onyendu say, cabal is not allowed in IPOB. I'll read the message once again because it's compiled with other things the guy wrote. You have no justification to use a power you cannot submit to yourself. So the power you use you can't submit it to yourself. Because Chikedoziem cannot go, he can't fall into the other, he can't fall into command and control structure. This has been my argument. You have no justification to use a power you cannot submit to yourself. Command and control is not for a selected few. It is for everyone. It is not for the masses, but for every member of IPOB. Putting your opinion above that of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a sacrilege. I hope they understand the English word. I don't know how to break it down for them. I don't call my brother. I don't. Chikedoziem have beaten more than he can chew. Without order, IPOB structure will collapse. And that order begins with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All those who reject Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's order because they hate the messenger are enemies of IPOB and enemies of the DOS, pretending to love the DOS, but are trying to push DOS to doom. The same message Ejiofor pass. The guy is retweeting it here. And it fell into the deaf ears. Mazi, this is why we are here. What was our argument? Implement Onyendu's order. Nothing else. That's why we have not gone into bringing evidence we have. Like I said, I've been involved in IPOB as a principal officer for the past 7 years. There's things I do that has nothing to do with my zone or IPOB, but concerning Biafra on my own. People that knows me know. I haven't killed anybody, but like I said, I believed in the struggle. Because I had a voice, and that voice is what I believe in. This young man now is stating the facts as it is, without no fear or favor. You see them writing. Because they're sharing card, they're sharing card, media. When you remember, the first time they used a recharge card media warrior was when KANU gave that moron, that imbecile, an audience. Because they're looking recognition. They're building platform. I have 120K. You paid money to have. If you have 120K, you should be having like 30K whenever you come online, or you idiot. Don't even know what internet is all about. You don't even know what, because if they understand the algorithm of Facebook, they understand if you have a physical 120K algorithm, if you have physical one being in your page, when you, as we are on live here, forget about Facebook suppress, like as we are now, they're suppressing what we are doing. But for them, they're in the part of the zoo. Because if you attack Chikedozium today, Facebook will go after you. Because they're with them. That's the fact of life. If you say anything as we are talking now, they have their caucus meeting. Oh, don't listen, but they just like Onyendu said, they will be under their wife wrapper. Listen to what we are saying, because Ezuko Chineke. We don't want to, we're not here for popularity. All we want to get is those that were divine from heaven. The message will go into your ears, and fire will be all over you. The way it happened to me when I had Awalida's voice. Nobody come to me and tell me, do you know that Biafra will come on? No. I put my money where my mouth. With the moment I had Mazi, I surrender. Financially and my time, I give it to IPOB. And I never waver till tomorrow morning. Not Chikedozium and his idiotic brother, what they call Austin Abani, will make me to Mazi Nankan on a DSS dungeon. When you want to cash out tonight, you come out and tell you to go to hell. What would you do? Nothing. If Mazi, they want, you will not drill. Mazi said, if not because of Chukwu Okabiama, I will not speak to any of you. Because I remember when he came out, they asked him, how many men have you found out of 100? He said, I couldn't count 3 men. Hey, Chikedozium not there? Which one not there? Osnabana not there? I don't know more than 3 men. But I didn't know that these people they're not there. He knows everybody. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a spirit. So our argument tonight, our brother Terry have spoken. He's a member of DOS. Don't forget that. Right? You know, so, and this is his word that he's back it up with. He's back it up with words. That's his tweet. Now, I come back to the word he written on Facebook. He says, something must be made clear here. I have no business, non-interest in the individual beneficiary of the other, or none to do. I know him not to talk about, to love or hate him. I don't have any interest in our leaders' family members. Either, neither, or do I concern myself with the gossip. Many ignorant folks, so you don't know, people, you know, all these lazy ass people going around have used our leaders' family for fun over the month. But whenever our leader gives an order and he insists then that that order must stand, because when others, sorry, Mazi, when others give orders against our interests, the others stand without challenging. So why should anyone have the temerity to fight against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, MK order, obey first, and you may return with. I think it continues. I need to go back, Mazi. I just done something with my mouse here, but I have to go back. Just give me a sec. I have to go back. This mouse.
Yeah, Mazi, I can read it from here. Hello, Mazi. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, don't worry. I just I can see it.
Okay.
I wanted to continue, but I think he said the same thing again here on the second on Facebook when others give orders against our interests. The others stand without challenge. So I'm continuing from because that is a tweet, I think so. Why should anyone have the temerity to fight against MKA orders? Obey first. Yeah, so I continue from where I stopped. He said, obey first and you may return with your appeal for a change. This is exactly what the zoo is doing to our leader. So you can find out when people are saying that Onyendu is a prisoner. Onyendu is not a prisoner of conscience to them. Onyendu is their way of survival, right? So this our brother is making it out categorically clear to every sundry that, as Onyendu have said it in the past, obey before complain. Like people like us who have obeyed, but after obeying, you don't have any hearing, and you saw somebody doing negative things, and you found out that person have already been derailed. Like Geoffrey said, anybody that doesn't obey Onyendu is the one derailing. Now, I continue by reading our brother's words, right? He said, this is exactly what the zoo is doing to our leader. That's why when they put up that picture, say Onyendu is a prisoner of conscience. It's a mockery. They're making mockery of our leader. So anybody that doesn't know it now. Chikedozie and his gang are making mockery of MAZI NNAMDI KANU. And now they use the same cloth they arrested our leader with now. This is the cloth they change now to tell you that Onyendu is a prisoner of conscience. As what? The cloth we are fighting to make him not wear. For some reason, he want to wear it. I'm just driving at something. Because as he is here, it's very, very simple. This is exactly what the zoo is doing to our leader. With the court orders that was given to them, you cannot ask the zoo to obey the orders, yet you, I said it from, that's my right word, is flout. You flout our leaders' orders. That's hypocrisy, and I am not an hypocrite. And I can never be one. Free MAZI NNAMDI KANU now. Biafra exit. MAZI, when people that are pure are speaking, you don't need to worry yourself or listen, And I think this is his last tweet. This one he tweeted today. He said, double standards. Provided IPOB is concerned, MAZI NNAMDI KANU order is final. Most especially when he insisted on that order. Anyone trying to twist our leader for the simple reason that he is in DSS dungeon is the enemy of IPOB and Biafra moment. MAZI, I'm a bit of emotional for this particular word this guy have just said here. To be honest with you, double standard. These are dishonorable men, evil men, evil to the core. For the mere fact you guys are making mockery of MAZI NNAMDI KANU, to not be well with your generation. For what you guys are doing. Yeah? For what you guys made the world know how IPOB operate, and you claiming that you didn't DOS. This is a, we have said this, but it's good that somebody is saying it. Double standard. Substitute double standard in the highest order. You claiming that whatever MAZI NNAMDI KANU said is final. And whatever Chikedozie says is final. Man, I'm asking you, moron, who gave Chikedozie that ultimatum? If Chikedozie violates MAZI NNAMDI KANU, where does he drive his mandate from? If Chikedozie disobey MAZI NNAMDI KANU, where did he get his mandate from? You idiots. You evil hungry animals. Now, it's here. Double standard. Provided IPOB is concerned, MAZI NNAMDI MKA order is final. Most especially when Onyendu, they never learn anything. These are evil men. Sit at home, Onyendu warned you 18 hours before sit at home issue. You guys flouted it. And today, Biafra land is on the area. We hear them. Oh, he's sending ESN to Enugu to go and defend our people. He tell the DSS that they're going to Enugu to go and defend our people. On their way, they will ambush them and kill all of those young men for no reason. Because he's giving them peanuts. Why you are in Kuwait, you say you're a commander. A commander don't command from exile. If you want to be a commander, you be on the ground. I will not work for a commander that I don't know. Open Mazi Nnamdi cannot be a coward like all of you. Why would I forfeit what I've worked for? My gratuity I've worked for in life because of you idiots. Why would I do that? If I didn't know Mazi Nnamdi was real. Why would I offer to forfeit what I have worked for? To talk about, do you know what talking about Biafra, what it cost me? Think I'll come here to Google? Who the heck do you think you are? This is double standard. It's the word. Mana Chineke na am twist no nyendu because simple because just like China Sanworu. Mazi, we go back and this is, you see, like that's one thing I told them. I said we have not touched anything about what they have done that I George will say that I'm aware of. But look at this tweet here. Look at this particular message here. Yeah. Now, listen to what Temi said, our brother said. He said all this nonsense is because Mazi Nnamdi KANU is in detention. That's why anybody is now interfacing with IPOB admin matter. But the moron, the idiot will not interface because he is not real. He's an imposter. For those that are checkmating him who he is, I don't want to know who he is. You remember when the saga came out, they said they saw them in the zoo. You know, then we are defending them.
Yeah, Mazi.
Yeah.
Mazi, please put that tweet again so that every genuine Biafrans, every hardcore will continue to do that tweet.
Yeah. But
do that tweet, please.
1 second, we'll put it, but let's talk first before we bring the tweet back. That's something I want to emphasize. Do you remember the time? You know, because what they do is they go on and create content. Something to talk about because they don't have anything to talk about. Saga. Just like this is a Ejiofor issue now. The both sides are talking about it, driving attention of the real thing that is bothering us because they created a scenario. They created a content for the weak IPOB member. Just like I see some of them shouting, oh, whatever the OS said, the OS is wise. These are weak men. Very lame, like Onyendu cried. He said, let the real men, I don't want boys, I want men. These are not men. If you, as a member of IPOB that took oath and still believe Chike Doziem is standing with Mazi Nnamdi KANU, I don't know, maybe probably you don't live with your wife have kicked out of your house, or you're not the man enough in your own home. I'm not missing word here. You see all these guys that you see that shouting Biafra, like Chike Doziem, I've challenged them. Let any of them put the picture of their son or daughter on social media. I think one of the riffraff put your son. You went to Belgium with your own son. You marry a white woman to start with. You went with your son. And somebody have the nerve. Somebody that live in Gotha. One Gotha in Africa that live in darkness. Now I want to smear you. And I'm questioning these guys, Chike Doziem in particular. Do you know who his wife is or his children? That takes me to Chemofo. You know when something is happening, we learn. I take reference. None of these men, I don't trust any of them. Doesn't matter. Even Onyendu, our leader on Biafra, because things will change. Onyendu knows all this. But I'm telling you now, before, nobody knew why Uchemofo did not allow his family, to be involved. We never know what was happening that has agenda. The same thing with all these guys you see now. None of them is real. Because they're weak, they're lame. They're not man in her house. They forget all this nonsense if they're shouting. If Chike Doziem is a man enough, don't he have children? Don't he have wife? Have you seen him anywhere he go? He go with his wife. Onyendu wife, our Lolo, left London here and went to Biafra in 2017. She came out and told that he went to zoo. Nobody knows. He make it open. Chike Doziem, he claiming that he want to lead IPOB. Where is your wife and your kids? Let's start from there. Because you cannot, what are you talking about? You safeguarding your own family, then other people's family are dying. Yeah? If you guys send our boys to go somewhere, you put it on Facebook and tell DSS, the moment the so clear call media warriors are writing it, already the full information of even the transportation that conveying them, where they're going already be known. You see them writing on Facebook, oh, DSN is doing wonderful in Enugu. These are bunkum. Bunkum. We fought Ebonyi. IPOB volunteer fought Ebonyi for 4 years before ESN was created. Nobody knows about it. But this idiot now, you know, for 4 years, IPOB volunteer fought in Ebonyi. That's why they couldn't take Ebonyi. Before ESN was announced. For these idiots. Now you're telling me that this kind of people is people you want to trust? Where Onyendu's order is being flouted. And you see some moronic animal somewhere saying, because they have used them to blackmail people. That is one thing about blackmailing people. The moment you dodge in blackmailing, IPOB is known for truth. That is why Onyendu always brag. We always win. Because why? Our hands are clean. We are fighting a just cause. What we want is that we want let leave. Everybody go belong. When you sign house, that's something else we're fighting for. But if Chike Doziem cannot obey Mazi IKECHUKWU, can I ask you again? Which structure are you defending? Okay, now you know that you have to question the message that comes from Onyendu. Now you know that Onyendu send message. You question. Yeah, it's good to know. But when Ejimako is conveying a message, Ejimako convey a message in a very professional manner, unconcisive manner. What Onyendu wanted, his client wanted him to put this public. Again, for some of you who does not understand the word of English, it is not a Ejiofor, it's not a Ejimako's wish. Like a Ejiofor claim that he's the most trusted. That is, you know what they call it, a rat. He's the real rat. Ejiofor is the real rat within the whole problem we have here is Ejiofor. When he's knocking the chest, I'm the most trusted. He asks him, trusted on what grounds? Are you working for IPOB not getting paid? Are you now working for free for IPOB? Or maybe the zoo is paying you in tons. So you need to tell us which part. If you are most trusted, so why would Onyendu be demanding that Ejimako will now come and make public the message that I've conveyed to you? And ironically, he didn't go and see Onyendu on Thursday. Because this is what you play, the game you play. You play this game with ESS. This game, let me say this to you, my brother. The zoo is better than these guys when it comes to intelligence. That's why they could be able to manage the Jubri. What's he call his name? Led Buhari, the pedophile himself, right? Now, they never have any strategy. They use the same thing. Never. The same script they play on 2015 is what they're playing now. Now, he's the leading counsel. So, he decided who go see Onyendu. Now, he don't want to go see him. He won't sign. Well, nothing will happen to Awali the Ejiofor. But you're digging your own grave if you don't take time, my brother. If you don't take time, be warned. And do your job. I've said it again. Do not allow your emotion to override your intelligence. Ejimako have just sent a message. Ejimako did not tell Chike Doziem to do anything. He said it the way Onyendu asked him to say the message. So if Chike Doziem is the actual leader, feel uncomfortable with what he said, what do we do? He conveyed the message back to Onyendu. Just like what Austin Abani told me when I asked him, Austin Abani, did Onyendu ask you to remove our national coordinator that he installed before he was rendition? That God-forsaken man, that evil man. You know what he said to me? In that meeting, all of them was ranting. After they're ranting, I remember somebody asked him, I have all these things in video. I'm not, I don't know that everything you have guys say, I got it in video. There's a guy that asked him this question first. That was one meeting we did. Because when I didn't trust them, I have to record whatever they said. I'm not hiding it. Just I want to let them know. I have to record them because if I can't trust you, because when we come to meeting, you're telling me that they're meeting after meeting. So whatever you say, I have to get it in record. I have to hold it because if I don't have it as evidence, there's no way I can't prove it. And that's how life is. I'm not violating anything. It's fact. Because you guys have lied against people. So the guy asked that question in one meeting. First meeting, because when they were having meeting, same meeting with the UK here, CABALS meeting, they don't call me. I didn't bother. They brought me in that meeting. One guy was asking him that same question. You know what he said to the guy? He said, have you not been in this meeting all this while? You didn't hear what I said? That's where you know someone is lying. A leader. Even Onyendu will not answer a question like that. Only when you answer a polite question, politely, not being biased. Then,
Mazi, because
yeah.
I want to say something, please. No, that tweet, because no.
Okay, let me finish what I'm saying. I will put
Oh,
it because
okay.
I was saying something about this whole what is happening between these people now on their cabal and what has transpired. Because if the trend, I say to our brothers from South Africa, that's nothing different from what's happening in South Africa and what has happened in UK and still happening. Yeah, is a trend. They actually went in to see people they can subdue, hold the cabal, and now take over IPOB. Taking over IPOB not to make IPOB go forward. They want our leader to die in prison because they want Biafra Agitation to die. Nothing else. Nothing. You see that picture they put on it, they say, I don't care. Whoever put that picture is entirely up to you. But my George, you may will not put my. I have only a picture that is better than that one. We have put if you see the first one they put here in my profile here, that is what is there. I will leave that on this particular, but not any other thing they put in because I know that they're lying. So what am I saying in essence is that when they ask that question, he wouldn't ask the question, he wouldn't answer the question and ask again. So now the point I'm making here is that if Onyendu have instructed to you to remove a national coordinator, Onyendu gave that order. And now he felt that Onyendu have got no power anymore. But you Chikedozie use your mouth and told us that we must push across that Onyendu is still in charge. I want you, Biafran, the one that's their mind and brain still working to George. Mazi, I will let you take over. Let me put the tweet for you, please. Go on.
Yeah. Hello, wonderful people. Please, I want everybody to take a look at this tweet and read it. Be honest to yourself. Read these tweets. Follow the line. Follow the words there one by one. Mazi, do you know where touches me? Where this guy said, anyone trying to arm or trying to arm twist on our leader for simple reason that he is in DSS dungeon, is the enemy of Biafra.
But the same word, the same thing Ejiofor said. That was Ejiofor's word, Mazi.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Anyone, you know. So now, Chikedozie, this tweet is for you. It's not for any other body. It's for you. You hold this tweet. Your member, a DOS member, is part of the leadership. It's a DOS member. He's saying this twist. But Mas, what I will say, because Obiam now, Obiam now. From Monday, start from Monday, I'm giving, not I'm Ezumezu. I'm giving Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor from Monday, 4 market days, to come out and tell us if Aloy Ejimakor is lying. We want to see it. If you have sent the message, if I have sent the memo to Chikedozie, we want to see it. If it's not the one we want to hear, because this is the only two people we know, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor and Aloy Ejimakor. From Monday, 4 market days, it's not a threat, because you people cannot play with our emotion. Mother adaga na this struggle. From Monday, Barrister Ifeanyi, I'm not commanding you, I'm not giving you order. But from Monday, in 4 market days, 4 market days to come out about this message from Aloy Ejimakor. If it's a lie, let us know. We know what to do. If it's true that you have sent that message, you have sent that memo to Chikedozie, let us know. If you are not the one that Onyendu asks to do the memo, let us know. Maazị Ọkwụwe nchọrọ ikwu anyị na-aga. Maazị.
There we are. Go on.
Yeah. Maazị, please play Barrister Ejiofor this thing again. So, no.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
So ihe na-ekwu in effect bụ ka onye ọbụla dị well guided ebe a na-eje mana onye ọbụla na-ediri ahụ if you are derailing from the message NNAMDI onye ndụ na-ezi mara na ya his number one enemy and mara from today ya number one enemy of ndị Biafra osisi ha asị mere etu si okwu ya onye ọsọkwa regardless of the person mere etu si okwu ya onye ndị otu ezi ozi si mere ihe kwụsị mee World 2 to command, one command, one instruction, World 2, also World 2, that's it, one.
Biafra Alpha Power.
So, Barrister Ejiofor, I know you are watching. You know, this is what you said. I hold you by your word. I'm taking your word. You know, so from Monday, 4 market days, no. We want to hear from you pertaining about this message from our leader. Thank you.
Mazi, I just want something to just listen to this.
Request the leadership. He has the capable hands. If you ask the legal teams, if you ask.
Sorry, it's not this.
No.
Request the leadership. He has the capable hands. Request the leadership.
It's not what I want to play. 1 second, mate. Okay. 1 second. Okay, let's listen to this.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Command. I'm the second in command. The first in command is there. I cannot honestly be expected to take over the work of the first command. The first command is reachable. He is still in charge. And that is what I have been trying to let our people know. That is also what the enemy wants us to prove. They want us to isolate our leader. Isolate him in the sense that believing that he's not in control. Oyendu is in control, and that is what we must push across.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Did you hear him? Mazi? Chikedozie said it, right? This is a compound words. You know, because you know our people, like Oyendi said, I will put that. I think that voice need to play before we continue. Because I'll drive a strength from it. Because I don't want to say certain things. Maybe people will be saying, "Oh, George, you man." But when you look at what is happening here, it's deeper than what I can see. This is Chikedozie saying that he's second in command, but the first in command is reachable. Now, this matter has gone up to 5 days. Are you telling me that Chikedozie cannot contact Onyendu? Like Abani told me that national coordinator have access. But you know that national coordinator have access and Onyendu is incapacitated. So this is the game they have been playing. And they do whatever they want to do. They've been getting away with it. That's why I say Ejiofor is the fundamental enemy of what we are doing. But how God might have it, he came out and made an open confession. That is why right now, wherever he is miserable. Like that, you know, they have their saga. We are not involved in their saga because Ejiofor is deeply involved in the predicament of IPOB because that is how he's surviving. Ejiofor survival is based on IPOB predicament. And it can be proven. It's proven now because at the end of the day, with his own mouth, he said whatever Onyendu say he have a structure, that whatever he said, it says it doesn't matter the person, including Chikedozie, he said it doesn't matter who the person might be. Just marry those who do it as he's asked you. And that is what we have been saying. I'm not questioning Chikedozie being the leader of DOS. No. I'm not interested in your position. You don't put food in my table. I contribute my own quota in IPOB. We are fighting to restore a nation that we will call our own, and where equity and justice and fairness will manifest. When you say after once Biafra is restored, everybody go back on their shells. Now the Biafran people now will decide. Everything we do will be in the open. We debate in public. That's what we want. But if you saying one thing, I saw somebody posting something said today, praying for those that say talk about Biafra in the night, in the morning, in the night. It's a Chikedozie, nobody else. That's why I talk about when they talk about autopilot. I said the only autopilot I know is those people that Onyendu puts in charge and now in doing otherwise of Onyendu's order, which they have confirmed with their own mouth. That's the meaning of autopilot because Chikedozie is in autopilot mood right now. He doesn't do what I was asking him to do. So that's the meaning of autopilot. Because you know, they created content and agenda to divert the attention of the real problem we have. To divert the attention of the problem we have. But we are not stupid because we have a common sense to reason. You don't have to be a professor to have a common sense. A common sense is divine for you to, digest word and, assimilate them. And as a member of IPOB, you have to like to ask questions. But Chikedozie just told you that that's what they want us to do. So how do you see the DSS now thinking about Onyendu or the zoo in general about IPOB? They can think whatever they want to think. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu know where he stands. And you know that those 100 men and women with clean hearts, there defending him, that at the end of the day, that Biafra shall be restored. But it's very, very important for us to to underline the words of their own mouths. It's not me. It's what they said. So Mazi, I think borrowing their word is the right thing today. But if they have anything to say, you say it. If not, I just want to again to because Onyendu, I see that particular audio video as where our leader was sobbing. He was crying in his spirit. And whenever I listen to that voice, my brain, I'm in a different, world. And that's what's happening today. Mazi Nnamdi kind of saw everything. Mazi, if Onyendu was ordinary, I won't be part of this. I won't even budge. But if you allow me, this voice is very important.
Our people are lame. They are weak. I am struggling to count how many men there are in Biafra land. There are no more men left. Weak, docile, and imbecilic. Weak. I don't know how we can take such people to war. I don't know how we can take men who are not men into battle and win. I am ashamed. Very, very ashamed. Nonetheless, we must preach this very gospel because man did not ask us to come. Chukwu Abiyama in heaven mandated that we should come. If not, that I was called to do this very work, I will not speak to any of you anymore. But Chukwu Abiyama said this very gospel must be preached, and we must preach it. I have prayed since yesterday up until now. My request is very simple. The same prayer I made in secret, I will make out here in the open. Chukwu Abiyama Biko, since it is your intention that your kingdom will be restored upon this very earth, I need men. I need men. I did not say boys. I said I need men. Those of them that you created to restore your kingdom, they should come forward now, not tomorrow, not next year. Chukwu Abiyama. You must bring them now. I did not say tomorrow. Because the insult is too much. It is beyond what any human being can endure. We want to go and get Biafra, or we die in the process, because we are better off dead than witness some of this nonsense going on. The level of insult is beyond what any decent human being can tolerate. They bring their cattle into our land. They desecrate our land. They kill us in the presence of our families, and nobody does anything about it. And when the police attend, the police sit idly by as people are being killed by not a multitude of people. Only 4. Only 4 Awasa people can sack an entire village in Biafra land, and we call ourselves men. No, we are not men. Until we redeem our honor. Until we look at integrity and say, we must have a part of it. Until then, to be honest with you. This is Radio Biafra. Now is the time to come.
As when you listen to this voice, if something don't come into your brain, then you know that you're not part of this family. You see, our leader is hardly. The first time I saw Onyendu sob was on the day Ikonso was announced on Radio Biafra. Not even when the parents died. He was doing progress. Nobody knows they passed away. That is how you know how deep our leader is. This is a sobbing. This is internal cry. He said, this is a prayer I made in the secret. I made it in open. For some of us don't understand what we are doing here. I'm not here for anybody. This is when the heaven race is an individual thing. This is not about friendship. It's not about, George, you don't know me. Those that claiming they know George, if it wasn't because of MAZI IKECHUKWU, me and you will not have contact. You don't know me from anywhere. So if you listen to this voice and look at what is happening today within the family, you know that MAZI IKECHUKWU, as I said, Onyendu could have been in Israel for another 10 years talking about give us a Biafra freedom. He's relaxing in Israel. You can't get to him. Because in theory, as a freedom fighter, there's 3 places for you. It's either you're on exile, or in prison, or being lower 6 feet deep. He chooses to be in prison because that's the quickest way to restore our freedom. You've been on exile. Some people will be saying, oh, he lives abroad and he's talking about Biafra. Why don't you come back here? That's the same challenge they threw on Onyendu on 2015. And Onyendu took a bet on them and went home. And that is what brought IPOB to where we are today. Because risk is something, somebody took risk to go to the mass. People died. They wouldn't tell you those that lost their life on that cause of going to that mass. But they will give you the picture of how they conquered everything. Freedom is not given, it's taken. A lot of us are going to die. We know that.
Yeah, Mazi Maz, please, let's still go back about this our leader's message because you are woku or you're woku or woku sepunti or whatever, no. Please, Maz, we have a post from China Sanworu where he end it up with rubbish. I think we have that post.
What post is that?
Where he ended up with rubbish, where he said that a lawyer that tell him to respect himself.
Yeah, it's good. There's so many messages that guy. Are you commenting on what that guy right?
No, it's not about them. It's from China Sanworu. The post. Let me see if it's this one. No.
And I think it's the break. It's not that one.
No.
It's a recent one that he just did, wasn't it?
Yeah, this recent one. Yeah, I can read it out from here.
Go on.
He said, "Tell him to respect himself, because all the messages sent to him, he never delivered anyone. Only the ones in his interest. Rubbish." Mazi, no.
No. You see that? Where? Hold it there. I want to say something. Do you see that guy? What have I told you about China Sanworu? Though he's an impostor. Anything the guy is doing is what he told you. That's exactly what Aloy Ejiofor is doing. Listen, you know, when people are propagandists, this is what they do. They always shift whatever they do to opposite person. Right? It's not interest of Ejimako. Ejimako has got no interest in it. That's how daft that guy is. Is not the same person that told that our code of conduct say if Mazi Nankan is not there, that he is the one that take over. Where is our code of conduct? The guy is talking from, because he's not, people, there's some people that knows him, which I'm not ascribing to know him. But what I'm saying in essence, so far as I leave, China Sanworu is an imposture. Right? That's number one. Number two, you see exactly what he just said. This is exactly what Ejiofor has been doing for ages. Nothing caps, my brother. Don't take anything out of it. Whatever they are doing. There's another post he made about I think I screenshot it, but I didn't put it because it goes on. I don't want to give him relevanceness because he's nobody. Somebody can pinpoint who he is. But the thing is that we're taking their own words for them. But at the end of the day, he is the person doing that. When Ndi was known about Ima Aganoya, this is exactly who that guy is. The guy have caused mayhem in Biafra land. Everything that happened in Biafra land, because probably he had the opportunity to have one or two people that he know. Now he turned our land into I don't know what they have turned that Biafra land into. Because just like what we are doing here, once you do anything, they remove you. So imagine the people on the ground. So think about the people that are in the ground that they're still giving peanuts to eat. So how do they treat those people? If they can treat people like us that we are contributing, you should spend our time. Do you know how much I get paid when I go to work? I'll use that time to come to protest and do whatever I do for IPOB with my own money, and they are still being treated the way I treated. So what about people who are not contributing money? They don't care about if they die or live. Because if they care about their life, why would they be telling DSS where they have sent them to Enugu if they really send them to Enugu for real? They told you the other time, they are training some people from a cadet, they come out, they're going to be arresting people. They will arrest him and put him in China Sanworu's father's house or his mother's house. Where are those people today? All these are nonsense. They are building all about to justify the money that's stolen from IPOB. That's all. They're collecting money and gang up and eating the money. That's what they're doing. Nothing else. I don't know who he is. I don't want to know. Like he said, Ojenu told him, don't come on social media. My advice always is that keep your dirty mouth shut. For me, personally, this is my personal opinion. Anybody can call him whatever you want to call him. To me, it is nobody. But why? Because he has now become the mouthpiece of Chike Doziem. He is the person Chike Doziem is using. He is the direct PA to Chike Doziem. China Sanworu is the one imposturely advising whatever, because he doesn't talk. He's the one come out and talk. Initially, people think, we are fighting the infiltrators. All of us clapped hand that we are fighting infiltrator. But as now we can know who is infiltrator and know who is autopilot. You can see it now. It's very open. It's very clear. You know, time will expose you. That's why anything they say, you must pick up word from it. Now, this particular one now has exposed them to the limit to show that the argument you've been beating up for a very long time was legitimate. Nothing else. Ejiofor Mako did not order you to do anything. He only wrote what Onyendu requested for him as his attorney. You don't need to question him. You guys have your communication link with Onyendu. Why didn't you go to that link and confirm if what he said is lie or true? If you guys have not, have sold your miserable souls to devil. If you guys have not sold yourselves to devil, why didn't you go back to Onyendu? I thought he confirmed that the message keep coming. Everybody was reluctant. It is your word. Look at it here. Onyendu's message continued to come, but everyone was reluctant. The imposture. Are you joking me? Yeah. So this is not. It's not debatable. Mazi KANU, his word is I don't know what to classify it with. That's one thing you guys more. The IPOB at large and Biafrans will always. When Onyendu came out, Onyendu said one thing. Mazi imemezna uchemofo nwoke. He called uchemofo nwoke. Onyendu said whenever you uchemofo, buy him a drink. Mazi KANU knows why he said that word. Who else did he say it to? Nobody. Because he knows. If it wasn't uchemofo, probably today IPOB could have been biblical, like Obasanjo and said that Biafra is dead and buried. They call us miscreants when we started pushing this struggle to the limit. So what I'm saying in essence is that we have to reference that guy. Because at the end of the day, it was the same people actually that ganged up against Uchemofo. If we have to go deeper on Uchemofo issue, it's this same cabal. These same animals was the people that go against Uchemofo. Sometimes you break people down.
Yeah, Mazi, wait, I want to bring something up.
Yeah,
now, Yeah. Mazi, if you look at this post from Chinasa Nworu, you can see, tell him to respect himself because all the message sent to him, he never delivered anyone, only the one in his interest. Rubbish. Mazi, if you look at this message, this message will tell you that Chinasa Nworu have gotten the message that our leader sent. If you want to act according to this is post, you can see he said that tell him to respect himself. It's only one that favors him that is a pass out. That means he have received them. Not as no or fuck either one. The reason why we want Ifeanyi Ejiofor to come out and make it or fuck Ejiofor or fuck either one. So, but according to this post from Mazi Chinasa Nworu, it shows that he received the message because he's really upset with Aloy Ejimako on this post. So now you can see, even on this post, he even insulted our leader, also our lawyer. And it was after this post, all the Richard Card Media warrior and the Cabal boys came up, started attacking Aloy Ejimako and our leaders and cascading our leader message. What did this tell you? That Chinasa Nworu knows what he's doing. Knows what he's doing. Chinasa Nworu want to test the authority, the power that our leader have. That's why when our leaders send the message, suspend the sit at home, he said our leader message was the long task. Everybody feel the long task. He went on microphone and announced it. Because he knows he want to test the power. But okay, now he have tested the power. What's happening today? if you have not announced that sit at home, what is happening in our Biafra land today will not be happening. What is going on in our land will not be happening. Because our leader sees it in spiritual. On Olana, he will follow. He look it's a man fair. It's a small boy to compare himself with our leader. So the message our leader is sending out through his law is rubbish. The message our leader is sending out through his law is rubbish. It's a pity. Mazi, it's really a pity.
No? You know me, yeah. Like I said, I don't know who this guy is. If I ask you now, do you know who China Sanworo is? Like, you know me, George, you may know you. You don't know who he is. So underline that word is an imposture. But he is the willing tool they are using now. But I tell you again, China Sanworo has a pathological hatred about MAZI IKECHUKWU KANU, including the family of MAZI IKECHUKWU KANU at large. The guy will something on our nose against Onyendu. I don't want to accuse who sold Onyendu. It's not my problem. I don't think about that. To be honest with you, I always tell people this because I know that if my leader doesn't want to be where he is, he won't be there. I said it today. Somebody called me today. I said the same thing to that person today. I have never gone wrong in my guessing or things I know. China Sanworo, if he's a human being, the guy in question, Onyendu have not mentioned that guy's name, giving him any position that you know, I know. If there's any, show me where Onyendu mentioned his name. The guy has a pathological hatred. You see, like that, it's just like that guy. You know, when somebody do something, I will give you an incident, yeah? There's a particular guy in United Kingdom here. Let me tell you how, you see, the mindset of some of our people, they have not left the zoo. They still have it in them. Because when I joined IPOB, I don't live that kind of a life from there. Well, that's why I on my own. I have never attended any Igbo meetings before, home and abroad in my life. I said home and abroad in my life. Neither anything Nigerian gathering in home and abroad in my life. Time. The only thing I have ever involved in my whole life was IPOB. So I know that these people, in their lifetime, they have been into this, this nepotism, with oppressive way of life, Ibanadi way of life. I'm very, very abstain from it. You see that guy? Take it or leave it. I don't know who he is. But what they do, once you do something that is right, they wouldn't know, or maybe because your hierarchy, they won't challenge you. And they will be waiting for something to happen. Or if they're your hierarchy, or if you are the hierarchy, they wouldn't do it. Just like, look at Tomin's Rumike and against Madam Nenyanya. We'll have a segment for Tomin's Rumike, what he done in our IPOB house in Germany. The reason why today they've ganged up against Madam Anya. A day will come, we'll bring the evidence here and show Biafrans. But I'm just giving you the view how they operate with vindictive. I've said it very many times. They not start anger with them, but the moment they have any opportunity, they will take a shot at you. I had a guy in UK here. This Karamondo is saying, Karamondo was in the media, and that individual was in the media as well. Something happened. I don't want to talk about it here because some of them think we don't know what happened. But when you see where the guy is talking about Karamondo, the Karamondo is a spy, this, that. And I asked him, I said, Karamondo is a spy, but she's on that oath, comes to meeting, left whatever she's doing, drive to meeting, and she's not a Biafran. What does she want from us? The spy to do what? But your wife couldn't even come out of your car and take oath. I said, my brother, come on now. I'm giving you an instances. So China Sanworo has things. Maybe you hear what he say, we are advising each other with Onyendu. He have tried to show himself with Onyendu, but Onyendu know his limit. They will want to climb that ladder. Onyendu will still say, stay where I ask you to stay. Don't worry. Be there. And now, he think now that this is the last crop. Onyendu have now been renditioned. And I'm telling you, you see all these guys, including Chikedozium, none of them believe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come alive. Because they have their communication. You remember the one that said that you have information from DSS, you know? You remember one of their media, one of their media, what does he call them? Recharge card media warrior, all these wretched individuals, because all of them are getting money from them. Listen to me. You see these people, yeah, the level they have gone in IPOB, the corruption they have brought into IPOB is mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. One of them that is Radio Biafra, that called that meeting Radio Biafra, the guy tried to test the ground with George, man. I don't know you. Who are you? You live in a third world country in Europe. Do you know when I've been in third world country in Europe in a very good manner? Living large there. It's 90s, my brother. Large. No, it's not bragging. Large. Who knows no? So what I'm saying in essence is that see these people, their level they have gone into IPOB. Zoo is a heaven for Biafrans. If we are expecting this kind of people to push us to get what we want, no, they don't have it. None of them, they don't believe in Biafra easy. You see, you're talking about this tweet. What about? You see this tweet now? Go back to the one. Which one? There's another one again. Okay, look at this one here. Now, put these two tweets together. And they think about this individual that nobody know who is. And they tell me if this guy believes in Biafra. They have been taking shot at Onyendu. It is his word, not our word. We can play it again, Mazi, because everything we say to Biafrans, we always tell them that we will be here, they will shoot themselves in the field because they don't have any place to, there is no space. We will allow them, they will be yapping. After they yap, we will come back and show them. But what we are waiting for is for them to refute, because in our code of honor, it says irrefutable evidence. Evidence that no one can question. That's why we're here. And we are going nowhere. And no apology to any idiot on top of it. But what I'm saying to you, Chidan Sanworu, they call him more. Some people call him more, say what is that? Muhammad Abbas or whatever they call him. I don't know. And I don't want to know. I'm not seeking to know who he is. All I'm saying, and I intend to say it, is that Chidan Sanworu was the first person that come on Radio Biafra to talk about Kanu Takano. But because Kanu Takano refused his offer, he told Kanu Takano in the meeting they have. All of them know that Kanu Takano was the one that is in charge of our legal team internationally. If Kanu Takano wasn't one of Onyendu's emissary, why has he been in their meeting? Why? It's the security meeting they have. Chikadozen cannot go into. He doesn't go there anymore. They have a few there. So if Kanu Takano was not relevant, why are you calling Kanu Takano to ask about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? You are second in command, right? So Onyendu should have told you where he was going. Mazi, you know that these people sometimes when they talk, they don't listen to themselves. IPOB is not a family business, right? Now, when Onyendu was rendition, your point of contact was Kanu Takano. Why? Mazi, does it make sense to you? Kanu Takano is nobody. He's not involved. But when Onyendu was rendition, Chinas Sanworu came to, you guys said he called Kanu Takano meeting. Why are you calling meeting with Kanu Takano? My question to you guys is this. Because the majority of our people, that's why I play that audio, our men are lame, weak and docile. What do you say? Especially the black Africans. Because, sometimes when the argument is going, I ask people, what if there was no slave? Because we came abroad early. I came abroad early. And I know how, when I went to China in 1997. If I tell you that somebody was coming to me to peel my skin, forget about Bangkok and Hong Kong. I'm talking about China itself, when the door was not open for any European to enter, including America. If an American person want to go to China, it will take 21 days for them to decide about your visa. In 90s. In 90s, I'm talking about. I'm talking about today, because all these guys that are just follow Waga to come to abroad. You think all of us are in the same level? We are not. No disrespect. But you think I'm a small boy? No. My younger ones, none of you can stand in front of them. Some of them are making my uncle, my this. Do you know some people you even talking to? You hide in Kuwait. Kuwait is the last country I want to live in my life. No disrespect. I won't. Even if you give me all the money, I wouldn't live in desert. I will not. I have a choice. Now, what I'm saying is that these people, what they have done and continue to do is that MAZI IKECHUKWU KANU he offered KANU to take over from Onyendu. KANU just look at him and laugh. Because none of them know that when Onyendu was in UK here, KANU was here in UK as well. But he never showed up. They didn't know him. None of them know him because they don't have to put him forward. But why did you go to KANU and asking KANU? This is a question you people need to go digest these questions. Chino Sakuru was the first person that come and said, "Oh, we call KANU when they're not having it their way anymore." He didn't tell us where his Onyendu was. But he claiming that you know Onyendu. You guys advise each other. So how comes he didn't know he traveled to Kenya? Your boss, you don't know where your boss went to? I didn't ask him. So you don't communicate to him on a daily basis to know where he was? So KANU now that his brother now is one that is now be the one to tell you where his Onyendu is. That means all of you are irrelevant. That's the fact of life. That's the fact of life. He didn't call Onyendu's wife. Why did he call KANU? KANU is it Onyendu's wife? Must know where Onyendu is. If he's not involved in what you guys do. But all this may attack, he started it. Then the one they call Austin Albani, that magic, very dangerous man, with devilish in heart, that guy is. Because I see him many times talk and I spoke to him, but I look at him, I can see through the man. Come in the bad for that IPOB is not a family business. Look at the moron. Can you show us your wife and your children for 1 second? But you call KANU. Why you call KANU? Because sometimes we keep quiet. It's not like we don't know what to say or what to do. This is a common sense. Think about it. Chikedozen did not know where Onyendu was. He was recovering after they saw Onyendu on the media. But he's your boss. He didn't know where he was. So KANU now have to give you the feedback where he was. Why? Because he's his brother. That is a family thing. When it comes to official IPOB, KANU don't supposed to be your point of contact. You see where you guys fail woefully? We are picking things out to you two guys to understand. Because, when all this started, a lot of people didn't know what was happening. Just like today. See all these people you have gathered. That's so many people that I see shouting today on social media. DOS have that's like the DOS is wise. Ajugo Mono say, who is DOS? If you can't answer that question, continue making mockery. Because as you're writing that in, the Fulanis are knowing that you people are the most dumbest people on earth. Our attack now is not no longer to the Fulani that are holding Onyendu. Oh no, go. What about one picture? MAZI IKECHUKWU is a prison of conscience. You are evil man.
Yeah, Mazi. Before we go away from China Sanwo-Olu, I know China Sanwo-Olu is listening now. Mazi China Sanwo-Olu, bia kangba go bia attention. Romans kangba. You see that mistake? Will I call it a mistake or what? Ikonso is our gallant soldier. Now, the late Ikonso is our gallant soldier with respect. And he fought for us. And his life was taken. Good. Owu no nwere nwanne nwoke na-eme, his junior brother na-eme. No nwere ire his junior brother me. Owu no nwere ire his own junior brother me. Adolo mma no nwere ka o si aga adolo mma. Must you call his name on Radio Biafra? Must you call his name on Radio Biafra? Or will any other way he give send a message or call all the family for discussion. Only no other way than calling our late Ghana soldier brother on Ledo Biafra. Call this the brother on Ledo Biafra. How about tomorrow? Something happened to that boy. What will happen? You not think. Listen. I just know we were in Igbo. I told me to know Igbo. That is a very terrible mistake. Calling our late Consul brother on Ledo Biafra. It's not acceptable, and Biafrans are not happy with it. Now, wonderful people of Biafra, here we always say the truth. Truth is bitter. When you are here in this platform, you have to open your heart, because we will say something that you don't like, and that thing we are saying is the truth. Is the pure truth. Let's play a Ejiofor message again. It's important we continue to play this message. Okay. No, sorry, Biafrans. Mazi, are you there?
Yes, Maz, I'm here.
Okay.
I don't know why that 1 second. Let's try to bring it back up again.
Yeah.
You can continue talking.
Yeah. Now I want to play by the stage of our message. Then I will play Chinas and Wolu that everybody feel the lontant, and also play Mazi Ikechukwu that they didn't take order because we did not give a reason.
Our Media International.
So in effect, both only upon the well guided by nature. Man, only upon a delay. If you are derailing from the message in the Mama, I am his number one enemy. I'm not from today, I am number one enemy of the Biafra. Also, see, assimilate to Sophia. We also quite regardless of the person, maybe to Sophia. We all didn't do Josie, see me who see there. We want to command, we won't command the Congress. One structure command, war two, also more one open, war two, another one.
Biafra.
Mazi, don't worry, he's coming back again.
Yeah.
Go on and play whatever I want to play. I don't know, for some reason this is not actually coming on here. So play the other one.
Yeah, I want to play Chinas and Wolu saying that the message keep coming.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's good.
Now, when we mount up that pressure, everywhere started to panic. When we declared this sit at home, we got a message from the leader that we should call off this sit at home. I don't want to go deep on people. There were people who played a very dangerous role against that sit at home for their own selfish interest. Because I expect you to come here to ask. When we put sit at home, you saw that Ohaneze Ndigbo, you saw the people opposing the sit at home. You saw them. And you saw people who were giving them thumb up. It is that destruction they want in IPOB. It is to destroy and discredit the IPOB leadership. After due consultation with our leader, we went ahead, conducted the first sit at home that was carried around the world. Our leader continued to send message that the sit at home, we should call it off. The message continued to come. Everybody was reluctant to call it off. Why I'm explaining this thing is that at the end of the day, I want you who have supported because the sit at home Monday, our people have been voluntarily. When we announced the sit at home, we got messages. Even we are not normal. We know that that spoken word cannot be retrieved back. But the enemies of this struggle, they continue to attack the sit at home. They continue to bring excuses that NATO is coming. This one is coming. The university is 6 months on strike till now. They use it to blackmail the IPOB leadership, if you are not aware. Everywhere was that the Chike Doziem and Chinasa Woru, they don't listen to what MAZI NNAMDI is saying. That they disobeyed MAZI NNAMDI, and you are one of those people. I am making you a direct accusation. Some of you, like you, were part of the people carrying all this kind of rumor that MAZI NNAMDI told them to allow somebody to come on radio. They refused. MAZI NNAMDI told them to cancel the sit at home. They refused. I know this struggle. That word that I spoke, because it was in conformity in what the leadership agreed, and it was the best for the struggle. But you were there when people were blackmailing Chinasa Woru and Chike Doziemo. It was to avoid saying that we disobey MAZI NNAMDI because we must always listen to him, whether in the DSS.
Yeah. Mazi, let's play Chike Doziem own because we don't have much time. So we talk on
Chike Doziem. You're talking about the sit at home issue, yeah?
Yeah, where he say he didn't call it off because Onyendu did not give a reason.
Okay.
Onyendu said we should suspend the sit at home. And I asked our people, those that I had discussion, I said, but what is the reason? Did Onyendu give any reason why we should suspend it? And they said he didn't give a reason. And I asked them, but you tell me, what reason would I give Biafrans why I am suspending this sit at home when our demands has not been met? That was my question. I asked those both in DOS and those who were not in DOS that I had the opportunity to speak with. They were there the news. I asked them, what will be the reason I have to give? And with that, sorry, I think I'm trying to mix a little thing here, but the lawyers have not come back to us now. Now, this is before the night, the first day of it. So when I was asking them, what is the reason they want us to suspend this thing? And they told me that we should use NICO as an excuse. I mean, because of the exam that the people are trying to Onyendu said we should suspend the sit at home. And I asked our people, those that I had discussion, I said, but what is the reason? Did Onyendu give any reason why we should suspend it? And they said he didn't give a reason. And I asked them, but you tell me, what reason would I give Biafrans why I am suspending this sit at home when our demands has not been met? That was my question. I asked those both in DOS and those who were not in DOS that I had the opportunity to speak with. They were there the news. I asked them, what will be the reason I have to give? And
So, well, with that, sorry, I think I'm trying to mix a little thing here, but the lawyers have not come back to us now. Now, this is before the night, the first day of it. So when I was asking them, what is the reason they want us to suspend this thing? And they told me that we should use NECO as an excuse. I mean, we should use NECO because of the exam that the people are trying to hold. And I said, but NECO doesn't really, it's not the strongest excuse to give the Biafrans why we should stop the sit at home. And I will be very, very frank. And I'll take the responsibility. I haven't said it on air before because it's not, I don't come on air and I said, because there is no reason from our leader that we should stop this sit at home, that we are going to go ahead with the sit at home. And then we went ahead with the first sit at home. After we did the first sit at home, and it was a huge success, unbelievably successful. Then, after that same Monday after the sit at home, the lawyers had a visit again to Onyendu, and they now came back and said that Onyendu said we must suspend that sit at home. So that message came now the second time, and I said, okay, if Onyendu insists, after the evidence we have provided that this thing was successful and that our people were willing to do it, if he insists, I will suspend it. And I suspended it. That instruction came from Onyendu. And anybody who tells you otherwise is lying. And that's how I'll answer that question for you. Now.
Hello, my wonderful people. Here on critical analysis, we say the truth and we say things with evidence. We are not here for saga and we are not here for gossip. Our program is not a popular demand. You may not like it, but we are here to say the truth and not about the truth. MAZI IKECHUKWU EZUMEZU has been avoiding our leader's message and have not been implementing our leader's message. And this is why our leader made this one public, so that you and me will see what is going on. And you can hear from a DOS member, African Lab. If you guys can see his tweet, what he said about it. MAZI IKECHUKWU EZUMEZU announce what our leaders ask you to announce. Thank you, Mazi. Mazi, I want to ask you if you have anything to say about Chukwudi Form. Because according to Barrister Ejiofor, we know, and I know, he said in IPOB, there is a portfolio. Everybody has his own portfolio. But some people are jumping for their own portfolio to Madam Nenianya to know what is happening there. So, what do we say? He give our Lady Biafra for his cabal boys to attack an DOS member on our own Lady Biafra. This attack on Madam Nenianya, she succeeded the first one from Umada Highway. Now the second one, and she will succeed it again. I told them they will scatter, just like Umada Highway. So what do we say for them using our Lady Biafra to insult and castigate our leader message? Mazi, please. So before we go here.
Thank you, Mazi. Yeah, we, like he's already indicated, this is a very the reason why we always, it doesn't matter what I do. Radio Biafra was the only I don't watch football. You know my life, yeah. I want to say this before I continue. I have everything I required. I'm technically inclined, in any level, but games I don't play. No, I got everything. I don't. My time is with Biafra. And Radio Biafra is the only place I sleep and wake up from. Even as I don't listen to Radio Biafra anymore, doesn't mean the same thing still goes on. So, issue of Chukwu your former. You know, as much as we want to banter Uchemofo today, Uchemofo know more about these people than me and you, because you work close with them. You know, I've said it before that there's a particular audio Asiebu did about Chike Doziem and including China Sanwo-Olu. In that particular audio, she said China Sanwo-Olu could not savage Middle East as rep. Because as you can see the guy talk, I don't know who he is, but he couldn't savage, you know, Middle East. He know their limit. You know, when he work with people, he know their limitation, what they couldn't do and what they could do. And it's one of our brother here in UK. I remember what that guy said one time. He mentioned this cabal. I didn't know where the guy was coming from. But you know me, I'm a very calm person. I like to listen. That's why I teach my kids. Listen more and talk less. That's why some of them don't know what I know. You might be ranting. You hear me, I keep quiet. When I want to talk, I will talk. And when I'm talking, my time, you have to allow me to use my time. But when you come into any room in this world, anybody that is loud, the loudest person in the room is the weakest point. That's why when you see all these people ranting, the lunatic that lives in South Africa is the one leaking their secret every time. Because that boy was nobody. He's a riffraff that were selling motor pass in there. You know, I don't degrade people. But my brother, you know, life is about step. You have to step yourself. You know, life is a step. And one thing I believe in life is that so far as I don't feed you, I don't tell you what to do. But you need to respect other people. But when you're trying to put yourself where you do not belong or what you are not, then we have to remind you where you're coming from. Now, Mazi, this particular issue that you just mentioned now, when they allow Radio Biafra to become where in Radio Biafra, we don't talk about our family affair in Radio Biafra. IPOB internal affair does not discuss in Radio Biafra. It is only, I remember when they used to bring the member of DOS coming to Radio Biafra, you know, then they will bring continental reps. Sometimes they bring their members. Things were done accordingly. When they have issue, we solve it internally. I remember the first time in UK here, as this useless woman I was talked about last time, when I started doing program with Mazi Zeji, writing then, her face was, I don't know who she was. Mazi is telling me, oh, you're one of the gatekeepers. And I made it specifically, I said, we don't discuss IPOB internal affair on a external platform. But I answer the question that it was specific. So, Ofoma is part of the cabal. And it marvels me. I used to hear the guy came before talk, the way he talk. I thought there's something. But there's one comment which Imofo made about that Ofoma. Because sometimes you go back on what people said. Like I said, someone that is close to you. And that's why in life, yeah, if your household enemy didn't kill you, the outside one wouldn't. The problem we have in life is the people you call your friend. That's why I don't have friends no more. I don't do friends. I don't. If I left my house to go to work, from work, I left work, I come back home. I don't do friend. What do you hear, madam? IPOB was the only family I have before this evil man now struck. But we saw them before and we flush them out. That's why we're here. So Chukwu your former is part of the cabal. He's dipping in it. He is involved. And you know one thing about this struggle. This guy that Chukwu your former, if I had seen him, I wouldn't know him. That's one thing about these people on the DOS. Their pictures were not shown. People that have gone into meeting, but all the meeting we have had before through Skype, you wouldn't see no picture, nobody. That is why we need to start thinking inward. All take oath, but at least we should know who we are talking to. I won't go in a blind meeting. I personally won't go in a blind meeting. Because that is why today some of them are taking advantage of that. So people are telling you, oh, Chinas and Woro is bringing picture. I'm not interested because the guy is nothing. But this is the things we need to change within the structure of IPOB. That's why we are under oath. I see no reason why you come to meeting, even if you don't want to put your camera on, but people should know who they are talking to. If you've been employed in any company, they have your document. So you're working for IPOB, you can't be invisible. If you're in a different, we have our secret agents, they do their secret agent, they don't get involved in a meeting because they have in every structure, there's structure in a different level. So in department you are, you deal with it. Within yourself, you know how you operate. But not just ordinary European rep and all that. Meeting pictures is hide. This often or form, I normally come on Radio Biafra, they all talk on, then on Radio Biafra, there's no pictures, it's just somebody calling and talk and all that. But in these individuals, nobody really know who they are. Maybe some people, one or two people know them. I don't judge them, I don't know. When we have time to talk about all the people they're employing, there's one particular guy in UK here. Because we have to have some, when we want to deal with issue, we deal it in a very standard manner. People will be calling in, talking, abusing people and threatening people without, they don't have their real names. These are people, they're going around the world calling people with a pseudo number and be threatening them. This is not IPOB. So Radio Biafra has a lot of people. What do you want to listen to Radio Biafra? You told me the last time you listened to Chikedozem, you fell asleep. You told me that. Are you going to hide it? He told me he fell asleep. Is that what he told me? It's not pathetic. The guy doesn't know what he's saying. Listen, since Chikedozem derail, Chikedozem used to be very, very punctual. He comes in, 30 minutes, he's done what he's saying, he walk away. That's the leader for you. But since the guy get deep into this cabal business, he can't, because when he starts, refreshing himself like 3-4 times, the topic, something he will say once and forget about it, he say it 3-4 times, repeating himself, consistently. That is not the kind of, is that somebody want to lead you? No. Because there's nothing to listen to. Or Chida somebody want to listen to somebody barking like a mad dog? Somebody that you can't see his face? No. Now they gang people to come to Radio Biafra. You see Radio Biafra, like I said, Mazi Alozim and Ike Peters, these are veterans. All this Chineke and this Chinedu came later part. All these are just the guys that just came the other day. I used to listen to Chinedu thinking, because when he talk, he thinking that they have brain. But all of them has been induced. And he asking them, he fighting against Zoo. Zoo, this man is not gonna. How gonna this man when he don't obey his simple instruction? How? Remember what I said to you? They want our leader dead. That's nothing. That's no justification whatsoever. Chike doesn't take his mouth and say that we must push it across, but he's doing opposite. So exactly what the Zoo is doing, they enact law. That law they don't implement it. They don't live by example. Just like what Temi said. You want to implement law that you yourself cannot even obey. When they talk about structure of IPOB command and control, I say command and control is not an oppressive word. That's a guideline that guides. That's a guiding principle of, just like Ejiofor was talking the other day, a guiding principle. That is the guiding principle that keeps IPOB obey before complain within the. So if Chike doesn't want me to obey before complain, why didn't you obey Onyendu before you complaining? Do you see the problem? And I tell you the truth. Charles Rabbi say, George, Onyendu, you can't say no to our leader. He narrated to me, Madam Oyibo issue. I don't want to start going into you because the day will come. We'll talk about it. But he tells me, he said, Chikedoziem always say yes to Onyendu. Chikedoziem today is saying no, which is say that you're a humble follower. Why now? What has gone wrong? Do you see why you guys have messed yourself up? Because Uchemofo, for all you can say about him, never a day do we argue about Onyendu message. People don't know that Obete was Uchemofo. I think a classmate, they were friends. He was one that Uchemofo brought Obete. When Obete messed up, Onyendu discharged him in Federal High Court Abuja in the zoo. Uchemofo was one that employed Obete. And they used it against Ejiofor. Ejiofor brought a fake lawyer to kill our leader. Now Ejiofor is now more dangerous than Obete himself. They have now compromised heavily than the guy himself. And now, that particular message Nana Sanwo wrote is exactly what Ejiofor is doing. And they are using Ejiofor to do that. That's why Ejiofor is the... That's why I said, you see, one thing in life, yeah? Once you take bribe once, your life is in a mess. I challenge any of them. I know many of them have called me in a private calls. Even some clown they made coordinators in UK here, they're CABAL coordinator. One of the idiots called me. This is claiming he's a doctor. This useless asshole. Sorry for my words, yeah? I send him evidence of what has transpired. How did he tell me to call me? Can we work together with you as what? You know my stand. My stand don't change. You guys are playing yourselves because you know the truth. You know what is happening. I don't know what you want. Because to be quite frankly with you, even the international community looking at us and your behavior now, they will be asking, are these people really serious? The appetite, the people, the white people picked it up, protesting. How are they going to protest Biafra when they brought people in? Our leader installed a national coordinator here with the deputy. Our deputy national coordinator, Mike Starter, has gone viral in the UK. The voice to help, external to push our agenda. The same thing, Carol Monday. They fought her woman. I know a lot of them I have issue with this because of her. In the past. You want to say, oh, he's a spy. Spy what? What have you done? The people are spying. You're not a spy. You want to spy. Spy what? You begging for people to get involved in what you're doing. And you're calling people that came to give you help a spy. I don't understand it. How am I supposed to? I don't get it. The level you people have dragged IPOB, if not for that Chineke mandated this struggle. A lot of people have started thinking, you see these animals, they can't rule themselves. That's the biggest problem we have. So I don't know where you guys are coming from, Mazi. So the fact remains that if Chikedoziem cannot obey Onyendu's order, whether Chinese want to say, in that particular audio, the guy, he picked words from China Sanworu. He's directing that word to who they created as a content to be distracting Biafrans. Oh, I'm here making you a direct accusation that some of you that sit at home. Now he's defending sit at home that he was the one that announced it. Now people hijacked it. But he's not telling the person that the leader said suspend it 18 hours before, because that's what the leader saw before he told you to suspend it. You couldn't have made that announcement in the first place. This issue could have been raised in the first place. But he said is in conformity with the leadership one. And I'm asking, who is the leadership? You? As you? The leadership? That is conformity. In that particular audio, I don't want to dive into it because, the guy is a clown. Because they created the opposite saga to divert people's attention. Oh, infiltrator. Who is this infiltrator? Somebody that is not a member of IPOB. But you're allowing this person to hold a very sensitive meeting within IPOB. And the one they call Sinabani. When the Finland national coordinator come to meeting all the time, talking about the activities we are having in Finland, you're always telling him, go back and use the persons you call an infiltrator. platform to raise money. Now, all these things is like, when you listen to it, is pound your head. Where are these people coming from? What exactly do they want? So, but there, he's in his mind, he's accusing the guy because they're supporting the sit at home Monday. But now he want to take credit. He's the one that announced it. But now he's not saying that Onyendu have told you 18 hours before you illegally announce that sit at home that is carnage in Biafra land today. If you're a human being. Yeah. He didn't say that. But you want to. Because what they did smartly, when you talk about Chukwudi Ofoma, listen, this is an agenda. Remember that the other one that stopped in Senegambia, that said he had Mazi Ikechukwu, that went back home, started carrying this smear cat. He have information that Madam Nyanya is holding ESN money. I remember the first thing. One day I found that guy saying that. I asked him, "Are you a member of IPOB financial team?" I think I called him one day. He picked my call. I think he cut me off. He's not here. He doesn't want to talk about this. But the guy started with our one BTV that he doesn't contribute a dime to. Him never contributed a dime to BTV. But there we are, because now, like I said, I, George Ume, I don't give money to anybody that is in Biafra land. I'm telling you my own, because you know what? I understand one thing. Giving money is not a bad thing. But what we are trying to avoid is induce people. Like I said, I've done some, giveaway. That giveaway was solely direction. And the person I will contact wouldn't even know I will contact him. I've done it on my own privately without letting anybody know. And that's how I give. But I don't want you to see me as a source of living. That's why you're an IPOB. Because the moment you do that, you're draining people. Because people talk. Now, they're sharing card, claiming their media rants. You ask yourself, why? Did the Mazi Ikechukwu share card to me to listen to Mazi Ikechukwu? Of course, the answer is no. So why is he reversing now? He's no longer a volunteer. That's why when you look inward about all these people you see now, most of them are being paid, because now, Chike, their first agenda was, they started with ESN. For ESN now, they went into our monthly due. He asked them, where is the money going? Who is accounting for our money? Some people say national account. Which national account? Which account that is not being monitored by the head of finance? He call it national account. He asks yourself a question. Is these people okay? Now, which phase are you pushing to restore Biafra to come out of zoo? If the zoo is not even better off than what you're doing right now within IPOB. Because the moment you guys interfering in the position that is not yours, like Ajimako tweeted one time, that only instructed that there must be a mutual respect. That is a concisive word, not poem. Ejiofor is writing every time they went to see Onyendu. Copy and paste he put already on he saved already in his computer. He just clicked it on his phone and copy it again. All this riffraff, when they hear the ranting, they clicking like. If you go there, you find he was with IPOB, verify his account, like looking for followers. Ejimako is opposite because he's a professional. It's not in the limelight for him to make friends with you. It's protecting the interests of his client. And as a client have instructed, that message has been delivered. It's not forcing you to do it. Just like Atemi said, you don't kill the messenger. But the only thing you need to do is to implement the message that have come to you. And if you have a problem with it, you have your own channel to send a message to Onyendu, which message has been sent to you. But you decide to sit on it like we have done in the past. This is just one out of 100 message Chikedozie and his gang has sat upon. That's why I said Omiomio is an angel. Chikedozie Uchemofo is angel to this man I'm seeing now. But their products. Uchemofo was the overall boss when Onyendu was not there. That is second in command. Purely, Onyendu appoint and dismissal. That he has that power. He chose Uchemofo as his deputy until Uchemofo issue came that he abolished it. Now Chikedozie is and then Omiomio was the the head of the Directorate of State. And they wanted to rank power with Uche for them. That was the issue. It never worked. Now, these men now think that the ground is easy for them to do whatever they want and get away with it. And what we're saying here is that it's not going to be easy. Because some of us have given something and lost something. And when Onyendu says Biafra or dead, some of you idiots don't understand what Onyendu is talking about. That's why it's on DSS dungeon. IPOB is not a family business. I want you to buy a ticket and go back home. And go to the tomb of late Israel and Ugeze. And take off your slippers and stand on top of that tomb and tell them that IPOB is not a family business. If thunder don't strike you, death, you know that Chukwuka don't live. I dare any of you, buy ticket and go to Afaruku Bake. Go to their graves. Take off your slippers. Stand on their grave and open your gutter and say that IPOB is not a family business. If you come out there alive, I know that Chukwuka don't. I've seen a man in my lifetime challenge his fellow man. Say, the day I die, the day you die, I will come there and stamp on your tomb, on your grave. It was like a joke. This is a life history I'm giving you here. My dad was there that day. My dad has his double barrel. Because this man was my dad's close friend. Very tight friend. And his kids, all of us grew up together. That day, one of my dad's double barrels wouldn't shot anymore. That man did what he said. On that man's burial, he went on his grave, danced on his grave. From nowhere, somebody double barrel open. Caught the guy in his balls. The guy died in his grave. That you must understand there's men and there's men. When you say, I don't want boys, I want men. Some of you ranting, you don't understand anything. You talk anyhow. People that are trying to be noticed, you just open your mouth and you talk. You open gut and be yapping anyhow. Talk anyhow. Because MAZI IKECHUKWU, you think MAZI IKECHUKWU is ordinary. What he cannot back up, something you don't know. I want any of you that have been ranting. IPOB is not a family business. The job I'm giving you guys tonight is that buy ticket. Two things you must take. Why did you call KANU when Onyendu was not there? Make all of you irrelevant. Two, if you say that IPOB is not a family business, do yourself a favor. Get the next flight to Afaruku Ibek. Go there, take off your slippers, stand on the tomb of late Israel KANU and Ugeze, and tell them that IPOB is not a family business. If he comes out there alive, I judge. I know that probably, Biafra land is not effective. Maybe my decision will be dumb. I will just, I know, including that Biafra, I know that maybe there's something wrong with us, and I'll move on. But if not, any of you that have uttered a word against this family, know that your generation, some people, some people will be go and praying. Oh God, so they will be telling you all kind of story. There's some things you don't take away. Karma is real. Whatever you have uttered in your mouth, you see the tongue. You see this tongue. The power to create and destroy is in the tongue. And when you use it unguardedly, it will follow you unguardedly. Some of you have urinated up on their graves and other millions Biafrans because you want to be relevant. Mark my word somewhere. It's a generational cause. And there's no amount of prayer that can get your kids or your generation out of it. They will live that miserable generation to generation. Take it to bank. I judge you may said it. That's why people like us, we don't just come out and start talking. Before I open my mouth and say anything, one, I have backup, and because we are under oath, today, the reason why today I can stand here and call Chief Edozium names, because I know that he's a dishonorable man. He has no dignity in him. Some of you don't serve, you have not served under IPOB. I have. But what is exhibiting now have confirmed whatever I have said in the past. That MAZI IKECHUKWU now is incapacitated. So DSS can kill MAZI IKECHUKWU. And I'm not questioning whatever I collected. But one thing I must say to everybody, any of you still think that Chief Edozium is rooting for MAZI IKECHUKWU, then you're living in a Klankuku land.
Yeah, Mazi, without wasting our time, because we're almost 3 hours now. So we have two things to talk. I will we'll have to make it snappy. Mazin, we have proved to Biafrans that Chike Doziems disobey our leader's order on about the seat at home. He asked him to cancel. And he said because of Onyendu did not give any reason, that's why he did not cancel it. One, because I tell Biafrans on here, on this platform, we say things with evidence. Now we want to show Biafrans again, the second one, that our order, Chike doesn't disobey. You have to play.
Before you continue, let me quickly show Biafrans what Obuatoro wrote, because I told them that we have everything. Any day we want to provide it, we provide. This is what Obuatoro wrote. You can see the message was sent to Mazi Ikedoziem, right? Can you see? That was the message of Obuatoro. Look down here. Can you see? Now, let me read it. He said, "Hi, Mazi Ikedoziem. Greetings from here. I am writing to apologize for my utterance. It was not intended to hurt or to be escalated. In the spirit of the struggle for Biafra freedom we share, I thank you in anticipation of your positive disposition." Even the way we will have the
Biafrans, you guys can hear, this a message our leader passed. Our leader passed this message to Obuefi. Apologize to Mazi Ikedoziem. Mazi Ikedoziem bring Chief Obuefi back to the system. But Chike never do that. He never. But what happened? The message sent to Chike Doziem appear on somebody's room in South Africa. This is the second issue, the second message we are presenting today, that Mazi Ikedoziem is disobeying our leader's order. Mazi, please, do you have anything to say on this so we can help you also?
Yeah, Mazi, our argument is divine. And that's why you see why they are silent in their domain. They're looking at every little thing, they will jump up like mad dogs. Right? There are certain things in life that you don't crack your brain to. Message that is in the second in command in quote in IPOB and be founded in a hand of, I don't know the word to classify that guy, to be honest with you. But it's imperative to Biafrans to know. Chike doesn't live in Switzerland, so he's an educated man. I can put him, when you do see them, intellectuals, if he claims that he's educated. So you have fallen in the categories of intellectuals. If it's a private message can be read on someone's bedroom, as someone overseeing IPOB's affair, that means we are finished. That's how I want you to. Do you know the implication of you releasing an official document that as somebody you work for a company and you allow that thing to get to third-hand party? Do you know what it does to person? If you're working for a company, that's what they call data protection, right? Now, for you to allow your private conversation because Chike is working for IPOB, it works for us. This communication is based on, like me, I have my work laptop and my work phone. When I come in my house, I don't turn them on. That's my policy. I don't answer my phone in my house. Because when I'm not working, you don't call me. I don't do no work at home. Until I get to my work, I turn every system up. You call me when I'm not at work, you don't question me. Because I've done my time, I'm gone home. And the day you finish working, your IT will be locked off. You cannot access it anymore. So, because IPOB does not have IT, does not mean that Chike will allow communication that is between him, official communication. Now, this guy is a principal officer. now that have found on that misconduct within IPOB in court. Let me put it that way. And now the instruction have came from Onyendu. Apologize to your superior. To us to handle this matter. We did. That's my argument. We don't discuss issue of IPOB externally. Everything we do always settle internal. Mazi Ogbuefi, Honorable, did what Onyendu instructed him to do. Guess what? Hypothetically, the message now fell in the hand of third party. That's alone showed you that Chike Edoziem does not lead his household. I'm being honest with you. I don't know the part of the world he lives. He say he lives in Switzerland, but I don't know the kind of work he does. As highly educated they might claim they are. It's not the first time Chike Edoziem have done this. The woman in America, the same thing happened. Private message. Chike Edoziem released that message. So you ask yourself, how can a leader be this insensitive? What is his agenda? There's none. And I can't call someone like that my leader. No, he's not my leader. He can't lead me. Because Chike Edoziem can't even, the kind of man I work with, yeah, I'm not being disrespectful. He can't tell me what to do. He can't. What I do, I implement it. I'm not bragging about that's fact of life. So for him, do not understand the guidelines within private messages. This thing happened with German Joy. I'm one of the idiots again that claiming that is IPOB. I was the one that told that idiot, go back to German Joy and get her voice. Because he was shitting on himself. All these are people that want to be relevant. But there are already one who is speaking against our leader. German Joy almost destroyed that idiot. It's the same message. Ogbuefi issue. They mentioned that idiot. All of them are claiming that they're media warrior. That's why I don't know what they want. I don't know what they owe them. I don't owe them anything. And I don't see any of them. Me and him, Mazi was talking. Issue of German Joy mentioned his name in the conversation. The guy was shitting in his pants. I want to listen to what he said. I just told him, I said, you know what? Give her a call. Just talk to her and let her say that you are not involved. He can come out and refute it. He never got that common sense. He didn't even know what to do. He's on a state of dilemma. And when that guy came out and stand to malign Mazi Zeji, I know that these guys, all of them from A to Z, are empty vessels and evil men to put together. They're not fighting for Biafra. They know what they're fighting for. Because if you lie against your fellow comrade, what am I getting? Why do I have to lie against you? I don't lie against people. I don't need to. I don't want nothing from any of you. The useless one that said that they promise him, I told him straightforward, I said, Mr. Man, I don't defend individual. I defend structure of IPOB. I don't care. I don't want to know. They can't call my phone. I'm not in their lead. I don't play games. These are people that came to Europe they leave the zoo, get one place, and that's it for them. I'm not in that lead. We are different. So what I'm saying here, Mazi, is that if that message was read in the third party's hand, and these are the people now, this is their mouthpiece, this is their spokesman, then you ask yourself, what are we doing? If we have done honorable as Onyendu instructed, and that is why Ogbuefi is still in his position in America doing what he's doing. They have got no jurisdiction to go there and do anything because Onyendu have said it. They held their protests in New York. Did you see them there? What can he do? Chike Edoziem can't do jack. Can't do jack. With his cabal. As simple as ABC. So all these people they have groomed, in quotes, I said it again, IPOB does not have any inconsequential media criminal warrior. a criminal recharge card media war or whatever you want to call them. What I know is that every IPOB that is in possession of smartphone is a media warrior. And that is how we always win our fight and continue to win. But since they brought this cabal, they are not talking about our leader. Suddenly you see them, funny thing is that when they talk, they're reading what the script they give them. Just like as we come here. We come here organically like Onion do. We don't write script. What we say is in our brain. Because we are pure. I don't have anything crossphobia with my heart on what I'm saying because I'm involved. Announcing that we want to, I heard them say they want to, it's not championing a campaign to this MAZI IKECHUKWU. So you forget about this MAZI IKECHUKWU. And now you remember that the MAZI IKECHUKWU is being consolidated. Tell you all you need to know. These are charlatans. Now they are, they are playing ping pong with some idiots. And the zoo, but the zoo, no. The zoo is not holding our leader. We know who is holding our leader. It's not them. And nothing will happen to Onyendu. Because in their mind, they think Onyendu will make it alive. But I dare them again, like I told them in 2015. Onyendu will come out victoriously. And at the end of the day, all of you will be in the abyss, in exile as well. Because your names will be written in a gutter. So far as IPOB leave, you people have done. But we must pass this particular stage in this struggle because, like Onyendu cried, Mazi, at the end of this program, play that particular voice again. Onyendu cried that he need real men, not boys. That's what we are still aspiring for. Are you the real man? Can you decide and make a decision and stand on the oath you took to restore Biafra without no fear of favor, without having anybody you hold allegiance to? The allegiance I hold is solemnly to the oath I took. That's it, nothing else. And those that have died because they're in conformity with the oath we took. So, Mazi, we are not here for saga. We just come to educate our people, and the leadership of IPOB remain the only structure Mazi IKECHUKWU can put in place. And how does that leadership work? Is when you implement Onyendu's direct orders. If you don't do that, then you are not part of the leadership. You are not part of the leadership. Don't get it twisted. See any of you jumping like an antelope, claiming that you are this, you are that, playing whatever the US said. I ask you again, who gave that legitimacy to whoever you claiming and you're ascribing it to? It's MAZI IKECHUKWU. So if MAZI IKECHUKWU said whatever the US said is final, mention their names and their capacities, and now you can see clearly that now they are disobeying Onyendu bluntly in the whole wide world, and he's still saying the same thing. The Nama that the Alamajiri is working with, they're having sex with, they're even more better off than some of you. Go home and think properly. I swear to God. Probably some of you have eaten those beef that they've been having sex with. That's where your brain has gone into, I'm going to say, Chike Doziem is telling you that, he's telling me that what the US says stands. And now, Chike Doziem is not following Onyendu's instruction. Me, George, here telling you, you want me to pull out evidence of what Chike Doziem said in our chain command. That right. Because we have evidences about these individuals. But we are just going through of the one they are putting out. Then you ask yourself a question, how can this man lead his whole household? But they're exhibiting it now. And when they come out, they start talking with emotion. They have brought religion to deceive our people. The same thing they're claiming that they did to us now is what they're replicating. That's why whenever you hear anybody in Biafra land answering chief, know that the person is a criminal. Onyendu before. And there was a time I went back in the zoo, me and somebody, the person told me he's a chief. I asked him, chief, is it an English word or Igbo word? And some of them today will say they're Ichie. Ask them, do they know the meaning of Ichie? Do you know what Ichie means in Igbo language? You think everybody can be Ichie in Igbo language? Onye bụ Ichie on assassin Igbo. I grew up knowing that men does not lie. People lie, they drop dead instantly. Because before Egbo Gichi, we are not short from home, but abstain from evil. Mazi. They were my brother because you're a good man.
Yeah. Mazi, before we go to our final next topic, let me say something about, because that's one thing you said, you know. You said that every member of IPOB with a smartphone is a media warrior. And that is it. That is 100%. Because I can remember when we were talking this media warrior, he didn't lie on Facebook yabbing. He lied, our power lie on Twitter. I could remember when you call Mazin Kano on Little Biafra, if we ask you, have you tweeted? What's your account number? What's your account name? You know, you check before you can pick your call. Where we are doing the wonderful work is on Twitter, not on Facebook yabbing. Yeah. It's just of decent. Huh? So, Maz, let me leave it there. Let me go to the final one, Maz. No, I want to play this video clip because there's something you said again. No, about KANU. A lot of people say KANU is ordinarily a floor member. It doesn't have any portfolio. It doesn't have anything doing that. You know, that you say something about Lega, and our leader say it, and he did not mention that person's name. I want to hear from this video clip.
Anybody not following anything that DOS says goes. Anybody not following orders from Chike, Dosiem, from DOS, you will be removed from IPOB and sanctioned appropriately. You know, before we remove you without knowing where you are. This time around, we will catch you before we remove you. Anything DOS says is what goes. Unsurumike is heading our reconciliation committee. If he calls you on the phone, you must listen to him and do as he says. He is our deputy head of Directorate of State, led by Mazi Chike, Dosiem. They are the highest decision-making body in IPOB. If that thing is difficult, then I'll refer it to me. Do you understand? Anything, if they call you on the phone, you don't return their call, or you're doing strong head, I will then believe that the zoo has brought you over and you'll be dealt with. Those states, be warned. No dabbling in volunteer affairs or ESN affairs in Edo State. ESN is in Edo State for your information. And very soon work will commence there immensely. Work will commence. Edo State comes under Ikechukwu as the Land coordinator. We run a discipline movement more than anything. We value discipline more than anything else in the world. In IPOB, that's the only thing we have. That we are able to defeat the zoo and destroy the zoo is hinged on one thing, and that is discipline. If you know you cannot work for IPOB, you get out and join the Sabo. One day your judgment will come. We'll find out those hiding in Cotonou, those are hiding somewhere near Apite, near Swamp in River State. Will find all of you. In Igbo, not Igbo. I say River State because it comprises upland and coastal region. We'll find all of you. In Banke, they still have a police checkpoint. Okay. Don't worry. You'll hear the news very, very soon. You will hear it. I said, no police checkpoint in Biafra land. I said, no police checkpoint, I said. There was in a bank, go and tell them, I said, no police. If your brother, your uncle, your sister, your cousin is there, tell the idiot to get away and dismantle that checkpoint or else they will die. There. No state coordinator is allowed. No state coordinator is allowed to contact the state commander no matter what. And as a commander, if you're removed, you step aside, how others will do the job. We don't want a type of Biafra that will be like the zoo. If you lose election, you rig it, and you remain in power. When the age of retirement is 65, at the age of 85, you're still in power. That rubbish will not obtain. We are not like any other stupid of black people from Africa. We are Biafrans. You must understand that. And follow orders accordingly. My instructions to this global family is this. We have the DOS. We have the finance department, we have the legal department, we have the medical. Anybody who is appointed into office, if you fail to obey your superior officer, you will be dismissed live on air. I will dismiss you myself. And as I said, as I'm dismissing you, men are on the ground to apprehend you. You must obey.
Mazi, you hear what our leader said, you know? He said we have the DOS, we have the legal department, we have the finance, and we have the medical. Now, the illegal department, Biafrans, who is in charge? Who is in charge the court in Kenya? Who is in charge the court in UK, international? Who? And Mazi, you said it here before that even KANU organized meeting or a meeting with DOS. Some of the meeting DOS. Then these are the man that they are saying that it's nothing in IPOB family. Mazi, can you say something here, please? You know, before we wrap it up.
Thank you very much. Even when our first lady spoke, she made it abundantly clear that when Bruce Fem came to UK here, that KANU was present, that he was involved.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I want to say here is this. If these guys wished our leader well, if not because KANU, there is no way we can establish that Onyendu was in Kenya. Do you know why? Because Onyendu had a PA in Kenya. And that PA gathered all the evidence that they required and sent it, because are you talking to this kind of individual that they release information anyhow? Chikedozian private messages goes to individuals, third party. So how do you expect KANU to speak to these animals? But they're claiming they are the second in command. Why didn't Onyendu tell you where he was going? He wasn't communicating with him. If KANU could have told them what he was doing, they would jeopardize it. But they're establishing that fact that Onyendu was in Kenya. His passport was sent back to KANU. So KANU have all this evidence. That's why even the United Nations Human Rights Working Group was getting involved in it. That's why today we can come in the UK for the first time. Anybody have sued Secretary of State of United Kingdom in UK soil. And they are in dilemma. We are waiting for their ruling because we live in a civilized world. We don't make pronunciation before the judge make their pronunciation. We allow them to do their job. But what I'm saying to you is this. If KANU was not the one that followed the due process, probably he could have jeopardized where Onyendu was. Because if that particular person that was Onyendu PA in Kenya couldn't retrieve all those documents and send it to KANU, that the Kenyan government get hold of our leaders' documents and everything, they will destroy it. So we don't have any evidence at all to go against them. But because they are stamped in part, because they could clear up their computer system that Onyendu didn't enter the country. But Onyendu obtained visa in UK here to go to Kenya. The processes was very clear. Because we went to Kenya embassy. We've been in Kenya embassy now. The day we went to Kenya embassy, Kenyatta was there. Kenyatta ran away from Kenya embassy. Kenyatta ran away through the back door. I was there, Mazi. So when these people are talking, he asks, what do they know? Is it not you're telling me that they say that the KANU went to church and you? That's I tell you.
Yeah.
Who are these people talking? Who are they? All of them from A to Z are clowns. I can categorically tell you, I've spoke to them on phone. I wouldn't have time to watch your program. What do you say that I want to listen to? What do you want to talk about I want to listen to? I don't have that time. When I gave them audience, I found out that at the end of the day, they exhibited their animality, that the evil that is that they have harbored in their lives. And I said, me, George, talk to these individuals? No. So, issue of KANU is that. And what has transpired. The question you should ask yourself, KANU is nobody. An IPOB is not a family business. I get it. But why do you go to KANU in the first place? If you can answer that question, that means all of you are irrelevant. And everybody, I remember, I will say again, see Charles Rabbi. Charles Rabbi said to me, say, George, these people are the problem. Onyendu delegated specific tasks to everybody. Onyendu mentioned on Radio Biafra 3 emissaries that he has publicly. He never mentioned Shina Sanwo-Olu. Shina Sanwo-Olu was not among them. That's why when people are jumping up and down, Shina Sanwo-Olu is a commander, and I'm still asking them, who made him commander? And who is he commanding? Because what they are justifying right now, you know what they call alibi? Americans call it alibi. So they're building alibi on the money they have been stolen from IPOB. Because it's not rocket science to know that. They started telling us, hold back ESN money. Because when we want the money, when the Umuakwụkwọ want money, we're having a delay. Because they have to contact Madam Nyanya first. Now, why wouldn't you have this problem? ESN was formed. None of us know about it. So the question remains, why would we have a problem to run ESN? In the same structure that actually supervised it and implemented it, and ESN was formed. All of us was happy when this massive entity was unveiled. What is the problem? Every company on the world have a commercial sector, and their duty, why they're getting paid, they wake up in the morning to come to work as you, is their duty they have to scrutinize whatever you presented to them. They have to argue it out to know if you are telling the truth. The other day at work, one of the packet manager, the commercial guys, there's somebody that put up some quotation, the work they have done. There's an argument, and the guy cannot prove it. He can't prove it. Anything he can't prove, it doesn't exist. So for those clowns, they don't understand how the real world run. It is Madam Nyanya's job to question every finance you put before. Forget about what he's doing with the money. Because if the almighty ESN was established and unveiled without Onyendu questioning or Madam Nyanya questioning how the money is going, then why is it now that we'll have this problem? If you guys are not the evil man. And why did we have problem after 2015, 16, 17, 18 to 19 about the defense fund? Madam Nyanya have just like as Onyendu said, everything she told me is a gospel. He says she has been there before so many of you clown join that are looking for, what to eat. Yeah, my go, you gotta buy now for my belly. Wretched to the core. So issue, because they be talking. They be talking and we'll be listening. But I understand that we have a different, Onyendu say that there are the different method in our madness. The level based on your level. But when my own madness is seeded, when we are shouting autopilot, infiltrator, Chike Doziem, you are the number 1 autopilot and infiltrator in IPOB with your gangs. I'm making it a bond. Put me anywhere and I'll prove it. Because everything that I have said, including the people you call autopilot today, you're implementing all of them to letter. Everything that I have said before, you have enacted them within IPOB. So I don't know why I should be bothered about whoever you're saying is autopilot or is an infiltrator. You, Chike Doziem, and your gang of cabal are the number 1 infiltrator in IPOB. And as he's playing in now, Onyendu's order came out again. What did he do? He played deaf ears because In your mind, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not come out alive. And now IPOB have been the source of survival for you wretched individuals. Some of you will see if you know. I want some people in UK. You know me, George, I don't gossip. Mazi, let me say this to you. That's why when people call me, I ask you, Onyekiebu, who are you? Why would I want to know you? Our leader, if I, George, wanted to be close to Onyendu in UK here, yeah, I could have been with one of the people that maybe will be running around. But I believe in one thing. I believe that what you do, even if you where you walk, your walk will speak for itself. I don't want to speak by myself. I want someone to speak by myself what I've done. So as some individuals, I warned them. I said, our leader is a spirit. Don't go close to Onyendu if you know you're not pure. Those people are told those words today. Some of them cannot even handle anything in IPOB. Because I know myself. And I keep my distance. Not because I'm scared of our leader, but because that is the right thing to do. Because I don't want to see myself as if, okay, because I know Onyendu, I can do whatever. No. But I know that our leader is not that kind of a person as well. But I know that it's not kind of a man he will go, because two things is involved in it. Anybody that have that particular mantle of anointing, two things is involved, blessing or curse. And all those people are warned today, they are nowhere to be found. They don't even talk about Biafra, all of them have moved on. So this is why I'm saying this here is that, you see, our leader wife came out and give the message, Mazi, if we go back and get our leader's wife, maybe listen in our next broadcast, what we need to do, you see our leader's broadcast, you see that broadcast our leader did on the Biafra, we'll get those broadcasts, and I will explain to you bit by bit of the words of our leader's wife. The message was passing to these people. You know, then they were saying, oh, they're talking to him. If you remember, this clown, Chinedu, was trying to question our leader's wife, which platform she go, which one is autopilot. Mazi, please do me a favor, find that particular broadcast. We need to get a vital point. I want to pinpoint what is playing in today. Our leader wife sent all this message. Remember when she said that Onyendu is more physical, mental and physical fit than most of us outside. He was actually directly referring to Chike Doziem and referring to Aban. When she went for, when they called the so-called general meeting they call in UK here. This general meeting was general meeting they call supposed to go in 2019. I paid my own money in the forum. They injected me from the forum. Up till now, nobody have refunded me my money, and they're calling me George Thief. In the forum, they injected me from the forum. The money we paid 2019 to go to Leicester. That clan of Halezendi will quarter past I. That is when we're supposed to go inaugurate them. That guy I don't think is under oath. I'm not saying this yet now. Leicester Forum, I was injected from it because of the cabal. But my money, no one told me what happened to my money. They told us that the money, the motor company said anytime we're ready, they're going to take us. And when this thing come, different story. Nobody tell you anything. And everything is sweet under the carpet. I don't want to go in there. Because what I'm saying is that about those that are saying that George Ume, like I said before, IPOB is owing me. But we live in the UK and we live in a civilized world. The day I decide to go after this individual one after another, I will use their evidence of what they have said in the past or what they have written in the past to deal with them to their own level. I will tell them that it's not everybody mentioned their name without thinking what you said. I'm not in your lead. Some of you just live here in UK. For your life, miserable life, is the only here you have come. Don't know nothing in life. So what I'm saying is Mazi, is that these people are evil. Put me anywhere. But at the end of the day, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his family, they have dragged the name, turned it upside down. Everybody kept quiet. And they're still shouting that the IPOB one family. MAZI INNAMDI KANU is our today. Everything now people are saying that whatever the US says stand, not MAZI INNAMDI KANU anymore. Tells you all you need to know. The Alamajiri have managed Buhari, dead Buhari, for almost 7 years. But only the common message is now being debated online. That's where because once he says something good, they will look at you. If you're the one in Biafra land, they will put you in the people they will be giving card. The ones abroad, maybe now they put them under payrolls. Quote me anywhere. Quote me anywhere. The clown that live in Germany that is saying that they promise him that Biafra is going to come and live under imagination. That is going to go and tell them that Biafra is defrauding. Is it not the people they call little Biafra as media warrior? So when you look at all these things, what does it tell you? Are these kind of people that people you want to restore Biafra with? Because they've forgotten that as they're doing this, there are some people, because the zoo already, they're now working with the zoo. That's why even Facebook now are now defending Chike Edoziem and his cronies. That's why our program will be suppressed, because Facebook now is working with them. But we don't care, because they get a message at the end of the day. The truth is it's like a wildfire. Some people might hear it, say, "Oh, I don't want to hear it," but with time, you absorb it. You understand that I'm not here to get paid. I took my time and my money. If I want to work on site there, I know how much I will get, but I dedicate it because of these criminals. I'm telling you the truth. If I want to go to work with that, I going to work and collect the money. I'm doing nothing, sitting down. But I'm telling you that that's what some of you are talking about. Actually, what have you given for Biafra? But because we saw you guys, you think you can do whatever you do, will get away with it. And we're saying that it's not going to happen. And MAZI INNAMDI KANU is not going to be left in DSS dungeon. Those pictures you guys are pulling, put it away. Stop deceiving yourself. Now, you guys are looking for followers. Because if you remember when China Sanwo started looking for followers, they have to water the ground. Before now, you come and tell them, "Oh, Onyendi told me not to come on Facebook." And people never ask him why. Do you see how dumb our people is? Because, when this thing came out, I act like I don't hear him. But what was the reason why Onyendi told you don't show your face on social media? Because you are going to command the ESN. Is that why? He told you this years ago. Onyendi came to Kuwait and see you. After that, there was no picture of you and Onyendi. What was something Onyendi for you? When Onyendi say, don't allow this to enter your brain. You're in that category. And as you can see it now that you're exhibiting it. And those people you're referring to, those people even better than you, because those people, at least they can control themselves, know what they're doing. At least we know who they are. But the point is that we don't know you. That's why it becomes a difficult issue. And that's why you should talk less, zip your mouth, and say nothing. Like in this country, they say no more. Just shut up. Yeah? Mazi, I think we should wrap it up, man. It's a lovely day. You know what I mean? So, for me, I think we've done a justice to today. And midweek, we're going to come in midweek again. Doesn't matter what happened. We'll have to come here and do the justice. Yeah? Unmute yourself.
Hello, wonderful people of Biafra. IPOB, one big family. Like I said before, this program is not popular demand. On this program, we say the truth. We pass the message to the cabal. This program came to existence just because of the cabal. Just because of the things are falling apart. And this program came up to say it the way it is. We are not here to castigate anyone, but we are telling you what we are doing is wrong. Stop. We still believe there is still much time. It takes your step. Chike Edoziem, MAZI Chike Edoziem, Osina Agbani, Tony Ezumike, Chukwudo Forma. All those cabal. What we are demanding. You see this message, Aloy Jimako bring out for our leader. It must implement. You can see a member of DOS, again, a member of DOS in the name of Temi, have tweeted and asking you, MAZI IKECHUKWU EZUMEZU, to do the needful. Announce the name our leader asked to do. And you must do it. Because without our leader, you are nobody. Today, where is Uche for today? It's nobody. It's nobody. Just like my senior colleague said, George Ume, before you get close to Onyendu, make sure you're clean. Because people like that have two things in mouth: the power to bless and the power to curse. Simple. So we'll end it here. Mazi, we'll end it here. We'll go ahead and play that clip for them. So I'll go ahead and play. Yeah.
Our people are lame. They are weak. I am struggling to count how many men there are in Biafra land. There are no more men left. Weak, docile, and imbecilic. Weak. I don't know how we can take such people to war. I don't know how we can take men who are not men into battle and win. I am ashamed. Very, very ashamed. Nonetheless, we must preach this very gospel because man did not ask us to come. Chukwu Abiyama in heaven mandated that we should come. If not, that I was called to do this very work, I will not speak to any of you anymore. But Chukwu Abiyama said this very gospel must be preached, and we must preach it. I have prayed since yesterday up until now. My request is very simple. The same prayer I made in secret, I will make out here in the open. Chukwu Abiyama biko, since it is your intention that your kingdom will be restored upon this very earth, I need men. I need men. I did not say boys. I said I need men. Those of them that you created to restore your kingdom, they should come forward now, not tomorrow, not next year. Chukwu Abiyama. You must bring them now. I did not say tomorrow. Because the insult is too much. It is beyond what any human being can endure. We want to go and get Biafra, or we die in the process, because we are better off dead than witness some of this nonsense going on. The level of insult is beyond what any decent human being can tolerate. I was an Nama. They bring their cattle into our land. They desecrate our land. They kill us in the presence of our families and nobody does anything about it. And when the police attend, the police sit idly by as people are being killed by not a multitude of people. Only 4. Only 4 Awasa people can sack an entire village in Biafra land, and we call ourselves men. No, we are not men. Until we redeem our honor. Until we look at integrity and say, we must have a part of it. Until then, to be honest with you. This is Radio Biafra. Now is the time to come forward. I did not say tomorrow. Now, tonight.
Yeah, Mazi.
Yeah, Mazi, there's one thing I want to say before I go.
Okay.
It's just almost past 11 here. That was a written stuff I wanted to talk about before. You know, like you said, our program is not a popular demand, but it is a popular demand because they actually watch the program, and this program is dedicated to the hardcore IPOBs. They do it hardcores. They are those 100 men and women with clean hearts. And I keep on telling you that China Sanwo-Olu as the, aka China Sanwo-Olu, because I don't know who he is. He's an imposter. Because like you said, they are cabal, they have employed people across board how to manipulate individuals. That's why you see them. It happened here in UK. Even when my issue came up, one across Naban was forcing somebody under me to take over. The ones they now call as their cabinet are actually those that are referring as autopilot. But I don't want to get into that when the time is right. Now, there's one particular post that I saw. He said, when you make yourself a tool to destabilize IPOB structure or make appointment for IPOB, be ready for backlash. China Sanwo-Olu. That is why you know that this guy called China Sanwo-Olu is a stark illiterate. Stark one. Stark illiterate. Because I don't know. He's living in that's why I'm saying, because he's not known. He's an imposter. He said things and I think he get away with it. Like he said that in our code of conduct, if Mazi Nankan is not the Chikedozium takes over, he says in the code of conduct. It's not saying that Onyembi said. He said it's in the code of conduct, and I have the audio, I can play it. Now, this particular write-up on Facebook said, when you make yourself a tool to destabilize IPOB structure, or to appoint for IPOB, be ready for backlash. So backlash is not to attack Ejimako. Now, ask yourself, how did Ejimako now is a tool to destabilize IPOB? Where this is a man defending our leader. When he go into Umuaha, they will follow Cloud and the medias will go with him. How comes now he's the one now appointing for IPOB that he delivered a simple message when you ask him to deliver to you guys? Now, this guy is writing this, and the people are sharing it. Be ready for backlash. So, which moral justification now are you going to question the zoo court holding Mazi Nandikan? That's why I told you, the picture they pull out is they are mocking our leader. China Sanwo-Olu and Chikedozium are the fundamental problem we are facing with a Ejiofor in IPOB.
Yeah. Mazi, you're talking about this post here.
Yeah, that's the post here. This is the one. When you make yourself a tool of destabilizing IPOB structure, or make appointment for IPOB, be ready for the backlash. Mazi, bring in the tweet of Ejimako. Now you know how miserable and useless and hopeless that guy they're coaching us and what if he's a human being is. Bring it back. Because it's very, very, very important. They can cry, they can go and create fake account and be coming to the program to be writing rubbish. I said I have not ready for you guys. Like I'm waiting for you guys to say that one word George said is lie. Sugar for your generation one after another. Now look at it here. Say today I had a visitation with Onyendu, and he asked me to make it public. Onyendu requested he made this public, not Ejimako making it public. That he had asked one of his lawyers to do a memo to Chikedozium to announce you riffraffs Obunna Abraham as the new interim coordinator of Germany. And Chikedozium and that Chikedozium and the lawyer who did the memo can confirm this. So now, Mazi, take it out. The question is, did this guy actually read this particular post before he write that thing that he wrote? Tells you all you need to know. Because he's pushing an agenda of the media, all this. Because if you watch all the people writing, these are people they are giving. This is the problem of them now buying data for people to come online to attack individuals. What we should be doing to the zoo is now what they're doing to IPOB. Now is backlashing, now attacking each other. Ejimako delivered a message when you send him. Now ready to be backlash. Smear of unfollow him as if that is where he gets his meal from. That's all I have to say. For some of you that are using a pseudonym, that's nothing you say that bothers me. Like I said, the reason why I'm here, I go nowhere. And we're doing this just once a week and two a week. If you guys cough, I'll be coming online every day. and it's gonna be exclusively. I have not touched what I've got for you guys. When the time is right, because and now is unveiling. We are putting your nigging on a freezer on a with your gang. On a very good day, I got Savia code to you guys. Continue having a few there. You guys think you have boxed everybody in the corner, but forgetting that Biafra is a spirit. Maza, thank you for hosting me. And I thank every Biafrans, those that watched us and those that are going to watch. It's not about how many people that watch us, because our program, you'll be seeing people watching, but at the end of the day, we know how many people that watch the program. And you download it because I'll tell them that we are more technically than they are. If I don't want to watch your program, I download it. It's simple as that. But it's not for you to watch. It's for Biafrans, the one that have the designing mind, not the lens that are everywhere. They say that DOS is wise. They ask him, who is the DOS? Why is DOS wise? They won't answer you. Shows you that these are compound fools roaming about. And you have got no moral justification to stand up and tell the zoo that they want freedom. What you guys are doing right now have legitimized that you are not capable to handle a nation. IPOB members that are indulging into this servitude that are going to know IPOB have given the world the legitimacy that you guys cannot govern yourself. Take it to bank. But MAZI NNAMDI KANU is the golden egg. And that is where my eyes is, not because of all this riffraff. I don't know you from Adam, so you can write whatever you want to write. It doesn't bother me. If not because of IPOB and MAZI NNAMDI KANU, we won't be in my Facebook. I will delete all of you in my Facebook overnight. Guys, this one they say block. I will delete everybody. Not even block. Delete. MAZI NNAMDI, my brother. Thank you. And God bless our leader, MAZI NNAMDI KANU. Onye will come out transparently. For those of you wishing our leader death, he said,
yeah. Hello, wonderful people of Biafra. You have heard it all. You know, here we say the way it is. I ain't a mili. You know, mili. Ezuku wundo. Anything here on this platform, take it home, take it to bank. You know? So we are here to pass a message to MAZI IKECHUKWU and his co. Obey our leaders' order. Obey our leader order, MAZI NNAMDI KANU order. This is what we are saying. Biafrans, I think I will leave you guys here with the music.
About the things you're doing for us. Are you struggling to stand for our rights? We say thank you for protecting Biafran land.
Yeah, you've been fighting so hard, protecting motherland against the Fulanese enemies of Biafran land.
They are the soldiers that we know, bronzes of God and tree per se.
Thank you, IPOB. We say thank you, thank you.
I say never slow down until our enemies are all down. Yeah,
You've been the power I can rely on. That is a fact that I can't deny. Champion soldiers fighting stronger and protecting life.
The pain you feel today will be the joy you feel tomorrow.
We say yes to you, yes, like every day. Cause if it's not for IPOB, tell me where do I go? If not for ESN, where do we stay? If not for IPOB, tell me where do I go? If not for ESN,
Thank you, thank you.
IPOB, thank you. ESN, thank you. IPOB, ESN, thank you. We are grateful to God for ESN, for pursuing your elbows. Thank you.
Oh yes, ESN is here.
Long live ESN, long live IPOB, long live our leader MAZI KANU. All hail Biafra. Biafra, we heard you. Support ESN wherever you are.
Yeah, hello, wonderful people of Biafra, IPOB one family. Yeah, on this junction, we call it a day. No? So may Chukwu Biama bless everybody, So let the hardcore eyes, and speak up. Thank you, Biafrans. Thank you, IPOB. Good night from here. Bye-bye.